Tips clip.
Tonight at 11.
Doom! It's a plan! And I'm angry! I'm not a slave! I've broken the conditioning! It doesn't work on me! I'm primitive, I'm real, I know the enemy, and if we can have this spirit of normal humanity spread, it's over for the globalist! Break the conditioning now! Excuse me.
This is not the InfoWars Nightly News, where the answer to 1984 is not $19.95 plus shipping and handling, but the answer is to try and understand the double-barrel bullcrap, the double-speak, and the Orwellian wonderland we now find ourselves in. So sit back and relax as I take you through a real alternative look at the news and so-called alternative media alike. Enjoy.
Tips clips.
Alrighty, YouTubes. Another one of Kips Clips. And as always, something came up at the last minute. She's still bugging my tits, but I'm going to have to see through it. Anyway, welcome one and all to Not the InfoWars Nightly News, the original alternative look at the so-called alternative media. Skeptical with the spectacles about skeptics, and watch the motherfucking Watchmen, because somebody's got to do it. And remember, what I do here is digital basking. Everything's available, accessible, free of charge. I'm going to do such a good job. You will find value in what I do and use your spare change, not your life savings, in the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. And a mega thanks to those who do. And thanks for everybody that tuned in and got involved in last night's Call Kip show. It's quite funny and good crack. And more of the same next Monday, I hope. So welcome one and all. So as always, the premise of the show is we wander through some of the so-called alternative media and apply some of the analysis tools that they apply to the mainstream Illuminati deep state media on them, and see if we can see them using the same tactics and techniques as other propagandists that they point out. Hypocrites, basically. Also as well, I still got some crazy Illuminati deep state conspiracies of my own. I still see Jesus in toast, and my Jesus in toast is a coordinated network worldwide that tried to hijack social media and pump right-wing politics down the youth's neck. Because if you go back, I'm 37, and if you go back to when I was growing up and stuff, I can only talk about in Scotland, but you couldn't find anybody who'd claim to be, the people who claimed to be in the right wing of politics were few and far between, let's say. Fast forward to today, they don't call themselves right-wing Tory cock-sucking chinless wonders. They don't call themselves that, no. They're now libertarians. They're now classic liberals. They're now, I don't know what the fuck I am, but Sargon fucking sounds good. They kind of guys. And they're all at university, and they're all getting their degrees. They're all borderline Rain Men. And these people are being politics anytime. Well, a lot sooner than I will ever be. Anyway, so welcome one and all. Tiny Tears Tommy wants a recount. Now, I like a lot of that psychoanalysis mumbo jumbo bullshit that's out there. Micro expressions and all that jazz. And if you watch Tommy Robinson, like a lot of politicians, Boris Johnson's a good one for it as well. If you don't listen to what they're saying and the expressions on their face, it's two different stories, two different messages, The one on the face is like. That's the message on their face, especially Bojo the clown, man. Tommy Robinson as well, though. He's like, oh, he's fucking. I want a line of cocaine ticks and stuff, but. He's either got a hell of a tick, or he just keeps winking at the camera. You can't really tell. And he just keeps laughing at bits where he's meant to be serious, and you're like, right, that's because in your head you're even like, I can't believe I'm saying this, Bill. Come to my family-friendly event. So family-friendly! My family isn't allowed anywhere near it. That's how family-friendly Tommy Robinson's events are. So family friendly, Tommy Robinson's family isn't allowed anywhere near it. Just making sure the world isn't blown up yet. So, again, he'll be telling you that the fight isn't over, and and his face is like. The clown show just continues. Oh man, there's many people out there that are like that. You know that they're I dare say I honestly think I'm kind of like that as well. I wouldn't be able to like my face. I'm dead. My body language is very expressive in all forms, and I wouldn't be able to. I'd be there like that. Yeah, really like Tommy Robinson, but my body language would be saying something completely opposite. And I believe there's other public figures that are kind of like that. And they're beautiful to watch. Anyway, so we'll see bits and bobs in that. So welcome to tonight's show, everybody. I'll get a rundown on tonight's show, and then does that solve this problem? Am I creating this problem? It's a question. A rundown of what's on tonight's show. I don't think I've put it in a running order, which is a pain in the arse. But everything else is organised. I'll say hi to people in the chat, and then I'll get on with it. What I usually do. And again, because Tiny Tears Tommy's in the title, it doesn't. Not the InfoWars Nightly News is the consistent. It's a show. It touches on varying topics and personalities and talking heads of the talking media, or the so-called alternative media. It's not always just about one singer or one song. Anyway, so what's on tonight's show? So, Sargon's destruction of UKIP. If I remember right, I like this because it's got a good laughing track. You know, one of those laughing tracks. It's just. We all know that one. I think it should be copyrighted. So it's got a good laughing track behind it. Next victim, and again, I can only comment from the sidelines in which I'm watching from, but there's a bunch of weirdos bouncing around, and I don't even know what they're definitely not what they are, what they protest to be on the tin. There's a weird network out there of such varying individuals with such crazy reports coming out from cult and from people that have been in these groups, been kicked out these groups, been friends with this group, now they're friends with this group. They all seem to come from like weird areas of the internet, like what is it, Twitch and all these areas that I don't even know exist. That like so to me they're weird, right? They're probably perfectly normal for other people, but and now they seem to be surfacing on mainstream social medias with this network, background network, which existed, but it's still getting added to. It's weird. I can't figure out what the fuck it is all about. I probably never will. But it's interesting to see who they go around and target, and who's targeting who. You know, it's almost. Do you know what it's reminding me of? It's reminding me of going back and the penny just dropping with all the fake ass truther networks. You know, it's like, why are they all talk? Why is Alex Jones talking about the same things as David Icke? Why is David Icke talking about the same things as UK Column? Why is UK Column got their tongue down fucking Itchy Richie's throat? Why is Itchy Richie fucking got his fingers up Melanie Shaw's fanny? All this sort of stuff. These were questions I needed answered back in the day. I've now got answers for it, and it's like a coordinated network of crazy weirdness with all sorts of people out there to attract different demographics. And this is something weird. It's so hard. I can't even get my head around it. It's hard to even tell who are people that are cognitively coordinating with this network, and who are the networks using and abusing and just using as pawns to play off against each other and troll wars, and for what rhymes and what reasons. But it's interesting to just watch who they go around and go, him, get him, and for what reason. And then, like, disattach yourself from the emotion of the story and just observe over a long period of time. Because they can't down tools, because that'll be like losing. So they still need to go out there. They've not got a creative bone in their body, so they can't even create content. Can't even come on and go da 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 da, put on a wee bowler hat and dance like a frog or some shit. No, can't do that. So all they've got to do is pick victims, and then get the coordinated gang to go around, and then wait till all the same people bounce up and comment on each videos, backing each other's shit up. Then if you go and look into the channels and all that, it's just a very shallow pool of bullshit. What it really is, who knows? I'm not going to waste too much time, to be honest, but it's definitely going to be a wee running theme I'm going to keep a wee folder for on a Tuesday. So we'll be looking at just next victim, please. Right? And then just over time, weeks, months, years, you see who's the victims, what's their crimes and how they're dealt with. Anyway, so we'll be doing that. Right wing looking for jobs. That's computing forever. Double O Tommy Robinson window lickers. So this is the mentally infirm that Tommy Robinson's cult indoctrinate with their populist bullshit. Then they think they're Jason Bourne fighting the Illuminati deep state, and this is how they act. Turn against their mother, turn against their sister, make themselves intentionally homeless. All forms of loveliness. Brilliant. It's just the comedy value is beautiful. So we'll be looking at that. Election madness, plenty of that going around. Just wallopers from all angles acting crazy because of the new form of politics and the new form of mobilising or attempting to mobilise people to vote one way or the other. The far right Hydra, touching on the Templar report and other money men behind these apparent independent talking heads of the far right. And you can see with Tommy Robinson's defeat, UKIP's defeat, and Nigel Farage's... Oh, I done the sums. Did I do it last night? Was it last night I done the sums? Did I even write them down? I don't think I did. Should have filed them in my shit to do. But the Brexit thing got about 32. UKIP I think got 2%. Change got 2%. Right, I think they were getting about 40% of the vote, the electorate themselves or more pro-Brexit parties, which meant in a general election, if that pattern transferred, which nobody really knows if it would or wouldn't, that's really in the lap of the gods or in the lap of the marketers if there was a general election. but it shows that it would still be on a knife edge. But then we need to understand whether you win or win the election. It depends whether it was real or not. So we'll be looking at the far right Hydra, Jim Dawson, Knights Templar, and a few other characters that, again, my Jesus on toast. I believe this is all part of a coordinated network sitting behind the scenes that throw up these talking heads that are selected for their apparent appeal to a particular marketing demographic or demographic of marketing, to sell them shite, to turn them into a full-blown windy licking foot soldier agent. Anyway, 5G bullcrap. Everybody gets upset for me because I don't think we're going to die from 5G. I just want fast stuff. You know what they know as well? Think about this, right? If my stance on 5G offends you or tickles your ball or vagina ever so much, right? Probably at one point you went, well, I hope you get fucking cancer for this fucking 5G then. Like, you know what I mean? It's very cult-like mentality. I mean, I don't give a fuck if you think 5G is going to kill us or not. I just think it's a load of shite, hyped up by the Five Eyes for obvious reasons. But that's just me. And don't wish me to die for cancer just because I don't believe in 5G. Anyway, keep your big nose to yourself. This is the biggest woman with the biggest nose in the world. She's going to write a book on Tommy Robinson. This Yankee Doodle Dandy going to write a book on Tommy Robinson. Granted, although she isn't actually staying in the UK, her fucking nose is here actually because it's so big. So her feet are in the United States, but her nose, transatlantic, baby, transatlantic. Packy cunt. These are your lovely Tommy Robinson fans. And when I was organising this today, I do believe one of these clips have been removed. But I'll use my powers of investigation and let's see if the windy licking echo chamber has saved this little gem elsewhere on the deep dark internet. So we'll have a wee look at that later on. Tommy Robinson's clown party political broadcasts. Now, on television, if somebody's selling you a political party, you know about it because they have to declare that. On the internet, the way it stands, it's just Wild West. And people still think all these people are independent journalists just telling you the truth and not political operatives. See if somebody on the internet's trying to get you to vote one way or the other. They're probably paid, and if they're not paid, they fucking should be because somebody would pay them to fucking do that. And I don't know, just this naivety of people in the truth or conspiracy world who just think everybody's in there to tell the truth, and there isn't actually Machiavellian people in that movement trying to turn you onto a political brand of political ideology. I mean, it's just such an. And listen, I was naive. I was that naive at one point. I thought it was all about the truth. You want to know why I thought it was about the truth? It's called the fucking truth movement. Why wouldn't it be fucking about truth? It's called the fucking truth movement. Obviously about truth. It makes perfect sense. Unless you're an Orwellian Wonderland guy. Then have a wee look at the Irish Tommy Robinson. And again, it's just the Irish branch of Tommy Robinson. It's almost carbon copy. The guy looks, apart from, they've went for more a cage fighting looking guy as opposed to your football hooligan mighty midget that you've got in Tommy Robinson. So slightly different branding in the demographics, but with the advent of Joe Rogan's podcast and him bringing MMA, and that's the new cool for all the young guys that want to batter fuck with each other or still at that level. Joe Rogan's the place to be. So of course they would go down the route of your MMA looking guy as opposed to Tommy Robinson, because that's going to get the Joe Rogan crowd on board. Now this sounds like mental ramblings of a mentalist. Can read your mind, and it is. But this is how professional marketers approach this shit. And that's what they do. And Jim Dawson's on record saying that if you put professional marketing techniques together with a political party, boom, you've got a marriage made in heaven. I think he said something along those lines. But it's very true. And people think Tommy Robinson's just a real boy and he's nothing to do with marketing. Anyway, I digress. I still can't find what I was looking for before I delayed, which is such a pain in the arse. You know that way when you know something somewhere and you can't fucking find it. Anyway, digress. So I'm going to say hi to the chat and then I will get on with it. In the evening, one and all. So that is Gimbal, Turbo Duck, Vladimir, Stewie, Creepy Crawl, the Lazy Jesus, Apple Charlotte, Hugh McMillan in the evening, guys and girls. Thank you very much for joining. Age of the Punk on the Whiskey in the evening, guys and girls. There's Natasha in as well. Thanks for joining. Bobby, how you doing? Creepy Crawl, the Lazy Jesus, Graham, how you doing, my man? The Highlander, how you doing, buddy? Gimbal, Andy, Bobby, Creepy Crawl, Hugh McMillan, Natasha, Turbo Duck, Vladimir, Punk on the Whiskey, Richie Rowson, how you doing, my man? Gimbal, Andy, Jody, Dr. Mengala, Violin Accordion, Gas Mask, Hugh McMillan, Natasha, Lazy Jesus, Paul, Lazy Jesus. Thanks for joining, everybody. I think Blazing and McVicker were in earlier as well. And another view. So thank you for joining, one and all. Thanks so much for joining. Remember, if you do appreciate the show, thumbs it up, share it on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, all the good stuff. Help the channel and the show grow. I rely on you guys and girls at home to do that for me. And what I do here is digital basking. Everything's available, accessible, free of charge. I'm going to do such a good job. You will find value in what I do and use your spare change, not your life savings, in the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. And a mega thanks to those who do. So let's get on with the bull crap. So I wanted to start with a wee bit of this. Not 100% sure what it is yet. Everybody should do that every morning. Your day was a lot better. Just go into the bathroom in the morning, do what you got to do, and then do this as well. Honestly, you feel better just for doing that. See, I'm more of a, I would fucking slap them with a kipper. instead of hitting them with a milkshake, imagine like big massive fucking fish. Just literally bitch slap them with fish. That's even better than a milkshake. Imagine that in slow motion. Oh. Something extremely comical about people getting hit in the face with wet fish in slow motion. But anyway, what else did I have here? Oh, this is Rahim Qasim, who once replied to my Twitter when I called me a conspiracy theorist, when I said he was coordinating behind the scenes with all the right-wing loon balls. Well, this was at the time when he was talking about going over and coordinating with the right-wing loon balls over in Europe. But let's see what this guy's putting in his face bag. Let's see. Now remember, these are the guys that go on about the snowflakes.
For the green man, look what comes up.
Right, so oh my god, what's happened? Has there been a nuclear bomb being launched? What has happened to trigger this snowflake?
This is fucking London for you.
London?
Stood waiting for the green man. Look what comes up. There you go. There you fucking go.
Oh my lord! Lordy, lordy! Oh lordy, lordy!
Not a green man at all.
Now, I've got a serious question. I'm going to do this a FOIA request called the Freedom of Information request. If that's London, I'm going to geotag it using the secret CIA code in the upper corner of all videos. McAfee taught me that one. And I'm going to geotag it. And I'm going to find out the stats for window lickers getting knocked down on that part of the road. Right? They were so concerned about a fucking green light that they were standing on the middle of a busy road to get knocked down. How many people do you think died in the filming and in the making of this right-wing snowflake meltdowns? Oh my lord, you know what it was? It was probably a fucking gay guy that fucking made that in his home economics fucking class. Probably knitted it. Know what I mean? He probably went to fucking first year and all everybody was out playing football, know that, and he's like, I just knitted a wee gay sign. I don't even know, is that a gay sign? It's just a fucking, I don't know. I'd have said Prince, but fuck, who cares? Is that fucking symbol? I mean, why do these people go around and give these fucking... Unfortunately, people give fucking symbols power all the time. That's why motherfuckers fucking use them. So this gay guy's just been at his home economics one day and he's knitted it on his lunchtime. And he didn't know what to do with it. He's went home and he's like, oh, look at that wee green man, I like that wee green man. And remember, this is a wee young boy, so he's no fucking, he's no meant to be like grown men like these arseholes. And he's like, I'll play with traffic, yeah, I'll play with traffic. I'll put my life at all risk. And he's went up there and he's put that over the green man. And then, that or it's just some cunt actually trying to trigger wallopers. I mean, I don't think it's an official council policy. Let's get this straight. You go into some fucking council buildings, you'll still get that pink fucking soap. It smells like fucking disinfectant. You think that shit used to get in fucking school with Margaret Thatcher's day? Not only did Margaret Thatcher take your fucking milk, the bitch, she fucking... some sort of a bad pink gloop soap shite. I can honestly see sometimes when I clean underneath my fingernails, I think I can still smell it. And that's for like fucking... when I was back in Nam. That's how long ago? Anyway... bit of a tangent, I know, but I'm triggered over this right-wing guy being triggered over a fucking little gay guy fucking knitting a fucking Prince symbol and putting it on a green man. That's a series of events that should definitely get on fucking Jeremy Kyle. Definitely. I can just see the tagline now. It's very catchy. Young gay guy. Next Prince symbol. Triggers right wing. Windy liquor. Triggers crazy man on YouTube. Windy liquor. Explain. That is a Jeremy Kyle tagline and a half.
A green fucking man, woman, lesbian.
Oh no!
Fuck? But they can still have
It's
a
the
red
end
man.
of.
It's still a red man, but when it
Listen to the Kira's conspiracy why there's still a red man. This is beautiful.
turns green, when it's positive, it's all fucking, it's all legit and above board. Everyone's trans.
Oh my lord! What the fuck? This guy's out for a night out or something. Right, clearly took some bad cocaine. We've been knocked back. Fucking some bouncers went, not tonight, pal. Something's bad's happened to him. And he's went home and this has ended up triggering him into this crazy behaviour. Not only is now the green man that sign, which is probably a joke. Maybe it's a club. Maybe it's a gay club nearby. Done that as a form of advertising or something. Who knows? You know, this is the weird thing. The possibilities are endless. And there's probably I've not got any real fucking want of knowing, to be honest. I'm just highly amused at this guy being highly triggered with this shit. But now it's transformed into the red man. That's negative. Well, mate, it depends how you look at it. I see the red man as more a positive. The red man's there to go, oh, woo, hoo, hoo, hold on a sec here, man. I don't want you to die. I'm on your side, dudes. I'm saying no. You know, he's there. He's been positive. That's that red man has had a positive effect on my life many times. Some would say that red man has actually saved my life on many a times from a mowing down by traffic. But let's get back to the triggering.
Fucking buy. But when it's a red man, they can still have a red man. Because it's negative, so they can still have a red man, but when it's the green man, can't have a green man. No.
When it's the green man, you can't have a green
gender
man.
Fluid, all that shit. What a load of bollocks.
Mate, it's a light bulb. It doesn't have a penis in the fucking first place. It's an inanimate object that you've assigned a fucking penis to because we call it a green man. I don't even want to go into the depths of fucking... Hold on. Oh, yo, fucking big ears. You big ears, where are you? You with me, big ears?
I'm gonna have my birthday party at the theater, yay!
Oh, you haven't got big ears, you've got a big brain, my friend, sorry.
You go, you do it after me. Yay!
You go first.
I'm gonna have my birthday party at the theater, yay!
Now shut up. Where's fucking the slave?
Greetings and felicitations.
Right, Lodge. Right, remember, say what you want to say, not what you're reading. Just remember that. Spock, yeah, I want to ask you a wee question. Aye, right, there we go. I can ask you the question now. It just popped back, straight back into my head. This guy here, is there any logic in him being angry at... Let me even get this logically straight in my head, Spock, so it'll make some fucking sense to you. An inanimate object that has no genitalia, but has a light bulb and a green bit that when it lights up, looks like a green man. So, technically I don't think it's called a green man, but I haven't actually looked in my manual yet, Spock, so sorry about that. But is this man, is there any logic to this man getting angry about somehow this inanimate, gender neutral object getting reassigned another gender neutral inanimate object symbol?
That, sir, is illogical.
Thank you very much, man. And just a wee cherry on top.
Vulcans never bluff.
Thank you. Just in case you thought Spock was lying. He never bluffs, baby. Right, so I just wanted to touch on that. I mean, these are the things that really... Rahim Qasim, mate, perfect sense, mate. I can understand why on a Saturday afternoon you went out your way to tweet her to fucking paste that on your Facebook. Understand that shit. Oh, this is Tommy Tiny Tears.
Supporters. I just think, how can that only... Why can't you guys, when we go out of the taxi, just everywhere we go, even the other lads there who aren't our supporters, I just think, how can that only account to 40,000? It can't. It can't. You've seen the support everywhere you go. It can't. It can't. Not that I'm a bit of a loser, but...
look, she's laughing.
If I lost on a fair playing field, I think, all right, I'll take that, I'll swallow that. But when you're up against, and when you have certain rules that everyone can spend the same... But there's taxi, yeah, go on.
This guy took a package from my porch, and now he's about to open it in his car, but what
Oh, God.
And I will put anything abusive onto Twitter because I think it's unacceptable.
Why are you feeling intimidated? Well, you've got a bloody great camera there on it, for God's sake. What's the difference with my phone?
Because when you're talking,
I was quiet. You
two
see, I stopped talking when I came.
no.
No, I was quiet. Right? When I came here, I was quiet. I was just going to listen to what he was saying, but now I can tell he's a Ramoner. He must be a Remainer. Did you vote Remain?
Actually, I'm
Are you an MP?
I am an MP.
Are you an MP? Did you vote to Remain?
No, I voted to leave actually.
Well, I don't know. Why are you acting like a snowflake then? Do you know
I'm
what a
not
snowflake?
like a snowflake, but
Well, you are, because you got a little bit intimidated by me.
No,
I'm
not
just
intimidated by you, but
Well,
you
you
might
said
make
it.
false allegations
Of what?
against me. Well, I don't know. So
Have you done something to be accused of?
So anyway, that's a kind of funny enough. I think this lady's actually on the Brexit side, which is my side of the argument. But basically, it's the same.
Well, you're not
argument.
acting like a Brexiteer. You're being very.
How
You
the
see,
Brexiteers
actually, no.
act.
If you are a
How the
Brexiteer,
Brexiteers act.
no, honestly, if you are a Brexiteer, then this is what
Can I just
Brexiteers
say
have
something,
been.
right? Because I
No,
actually... hang on a minute.
Now, in Hostonia, I would be fucking around the bush, man. I would recognise her mental illness and carry her off to a fucking facility. Right? So, but in her little fucking mental midget head, somehow, some way, she still thinks that we're staying in a dictatorship and it's semantics and all that, right? But this politician guy as well, he doesn't know what to make of her. He doesn't know this woman's went and he doesn't know this woman is like the world record champion for trying to kill herself. Her head's genuinely popped. Some would say it's actually more cruel to let her roam the streets acting this way. I don't know. It would be good to do a poll. Should people like that genuinely get locked up? Or, you know, I don't know. What do you do with lunatics like that? Well, that's been an argument since time immemorial, hasn't it? I mean, that guy voted for Brexit and she's sitting there arguing with him. So why do you sound like a Ramoner then? I mean, and there's people out there that will back her. I don't know whether they actually... In fact, I think it's quite clear what's happening. When you seen Tommy Robinson with that Matthew guy on stage, he was standing howling, not with the guy, at the guy, when the guy was talking about being kicked out his house. Tommy was like, yeah. These people, they know what they're doing. And unfortunately, my sympathies lie with these folk that have had their windy licking Rain Man abilities hijacked by devious sociopathic motherfuckers to do atrocious things. I'm not defending the atrocious things that these. Look at the state of this woman. Not defending anything she's doing. That a lot of people can't get their little midget minds round my way of thinking here, and fair enough. But I have sympathies for people that get caught up in the brainwashing. I think it could happen to the besties if we get caught at our lowest ebb and the right baits in front of us at the right time and or the right personality type. You could end up out on that street like this poor woman. Oh, with people struggling to say anything about her without just breaking out in fits of laughter.
I campaigned for Brexit. Where were you? Where were you people when I was out campaigning for Brexit? You were nowhere. You're behind your keyboards and now you've come out, right? You were not a Brexiteer.
Oh, you always haven't watched
No,
my footage.
I actually was campaigning for Brexit and have been for years, so I don't need to be given lectures by people like you.
Did you vote for the deal?
We
I did vote for the deal.
You voted for the deal! Oh my God! And that, have you read the deal?
Yeah, I read the deal.
Her, Matthew, Red Cap Boy, James Godtard. It's an army of window lickers and thugs.
And it means not to leave.
And how many MPs?
Right? It means we don't leave. So you were a liar. You did not vote to leave.
There we are then.
You didn't vote to leave.
People like
Have you read
maybe
it?
want to join the
Well, you see,
EU
I've
again,
read
to be honest with you.
the withdrawal agreement. Unlike this man who's an MP, and shame, what is your name then if you're an MP?
Never mind what my name is.
She doesn't even know if he's an MP or not. Oh, anyway. Lordy, lordy. Right, let's have a look. Back in the room, back in the room, back in the room, back in the room. Back in the room, back in the room. Right, there we go, sorry about that. I burped. A sweetie gets stuck in the Wi-Fi. Anyway, what happened?
It's gonna be wander round.
Just start this again. Put some secret code or something in this stuff.
God.
Again, no face, no nothing. Parody channel of a poor woman. I don't even know what this woman's crimes are. I forgot. It's just she's been selected, so the network goes after the victim. Nothing better to do with their time. Half the people on YouTube don't even know about these characters if it wasn't for people constantly pointing folk in the direction. Double barrel bullshit. Control both sides of the drama. You know, that's been suggested. It's a possibility. So it would make sense of some of this shite that's going on. I would put it this way. Them all working in the network, playing both sides, creating drama, steering traffic to each other. Because that's the way it works. If you get supporters on this side and they're attacking me, that side goes and watches them and vice versa. So if you do control both sides, you create this whole big drama network. Everybody's happy. Everybody's got their heroes. Everybody's got their villains. And it's a big self-serving wee fucking EastEnders network all set up on YouTube. Every cunt loves it. Everybody gets sucked in with the drama. The people at the top making sure networking with everybody, making sure they're all involved in the drama on some level. Getting everybody involved. Every fucking motherfucker. To a wee bit degree. So nobody's interested in anything other than who's saying what about who. It's one big fucking empty, shallow vessel. That makes more sense than any of these cunt stories that they try and fucking offer up as the narrative on their fucking shitty little channels. Makes well more sense. And again, it's just one possibility. There's no way of knowing. These fucking faceless motherfuckers never show their face, never surface. It's how they operate, cloak and dagger. And that's how you just got to operate on best guess. But, let me see, what was it? Was there any interest in this one? Right, it's just interesting to see the people's that comes up and still actually interacting with people like that after, I don't know. It's interesting to me. Very interesting. And what you always find like channels like this, right? Like want to be rappers and shit. Right, so if they're not trying to get there, they want to be rappers, they want to be people in the performance fucking industry, fucking kiss my teeth, watch my bad self, fucking truth and shite, fucking Fight TV or whatever his name was. He was all wrapped up in all the fucking London G's, fucking want to be fucking MCs for the London scene and all that. You had that fucking snot knob cunt talking about that Karen Irving and her Netflix stuff and all that. Realms of bizarreness stuff. The claims Danny Jones has made for me, and not against me, but to me about what's happening with the network. The fucking shit flow destroyers came out with me as well. I mean, it's just none of it adds up, right? So it's not like there's good or bad. It's just one big pile of fucking shite, right? And it's hard to even tell real people, window lickers, but they're all involved in this big mental community that they were building, right? And it involves people wanting to do Netflix scripts, people want to be fucking rappers, not a truther in sight, not all want to be You've got Jeremy Kyle's ex fucking PA in there as well. A weird mix of want to be stars, now all bouncing about YouTube, networking, going around and trying to establish networks with established channels and all that, playing all sides, baby, every fucking side, any side they can take, they're in there taking it, grooming people, whatever way you want to dress that up, grooming folk. Hairy Mary Sparkle, she's out there licking the balls of every fucking cunt. Weird shit, man. Going to this guy's channel, he's writing songs for Flo. And is it Flo and Danny, or is it Flo and Sparkle? You can go and find that shit out yourself. Who else was a very interesting... Right, and again, you go and look at some of these channels. Clearly, what one is it? Is Mackenzie's Devils. It's this one here. Right, you know how you can tell the fucking style and the way that they've got fuck all better to do than batter out clip after clip after clip after clip after clip. Right, so this is Mackenzie's Devils rebranding. Right, and then if you the channel they had back in September 2000 anyway. But Ken, nobody's actually even viewing this shit. And when you understand, when you see how many sock accounts they go to the trouble of creating per individual in this network as well, you don't even have a Scooby-Doo. How many? Nobody's even watching the pricks. So they're all trying to project themselves to be larger than they actually are. And then they use this fucking all these different... Anyway, it's some really creepy ass shit that the people are out there doing. That's one thing's for fucking... None of them are what they say they are. Or, in fact, a good few... Go and try and get a straight fucking question out of any of them about who they are and why they're doing what they're doing. You'll get none, zipper, zero. And the weird activity you get through the whole network, through all these different people and comments and stuff on your channel is unbelievable. But let's have a look at some more interesting...
we wander around.
Passive aggressive, we not be sweet here. We wander around. Anyway, What am I wanting here? It was a good phone, grinding coffee beans and cyber sex. You are a underground queen, Queen Lady Sparkle, the mysterious and sexy Harley Quinn type of woman. Don't know, is that song lyrics? Is that, I don't even have a fucking Scooby Doo. This is all true. I'm only repeating what the crank says. Yeah, right. So again, this woman's got nothing better to do than repeat verbatim crazy people on YouTube. Fair dues. You don't believe in freedom in the land and putting a flag up and all that. But like, why have you made it your mission in life to constantly go after selected individuals? Who fucking made you judge, jury and executioner? But anyway, so it's always just interesting to read the comments and all that, you know. Very interesting because it's a weird fucking fake ass little network. But I mean, check out this dude's fucking channel. Right, I don't even know. This guy's on a different channel. He's out in the hood. Shooting my pea shooter, man. It's my potato gun, man. It's my potato gun, bro. Right? And I don't know. It's hard to figure out. Right? In fact, it's almost neon impossible to figure out. But it's interesting watching what this because this network's went for fucking operating and now they've shrunk down. But they can't shut the fuck up. Some of them can't lose face. And they have to fucking have appearances of actually people giving a fuck as well. So, I don't know. It's beautifully interesting to continue to watch these characters. Anyway, what else have I got in here?
And I just really want to contemplate a couple of things. Well, a couple of people.
Yeah, I've just selected these people at random. And now, call out to all my fucking idiots out there. We're going after them. Trying to gang stalk them. Anything you can do to gaslight these individuals. Why? Because I say so. And again, just interesting. Just all the same people, same folk that rock up. Now, I've no idea who this Mr. X is. Sounds like a woman. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, the more the more you touch base with people that have had dealings with what these people are doing, the more you see the pattern. And that's why, and it's crazy and it's off the mark, these, because the funny thing is, I don't know whether this is just some sort of a Uber troll group whose mission is to try and make themselves appear like government. Let's go and get the crazy conspirators to think we're government agents. I'm thinking that's what it might be. It might be, I don't even know, it might be a 4chan fucking post somewhere. I don't even know how that shit works. It's probably why all this crap's bamboozling me, right? But they aren't what they're kidding on to be. None of them. Something else going on. Say, I don't know. Who knows? But I thought it was interesting. Here's Mr. X. Again, all the same names rocking up. Nobody else gives a shit. And then again, so just like in the Truther Industrial Complex, people started pointing out they were working in a network. They all started going, oh, but I'm independent from him, man. Oh, I'm Richie. I don't work with David Icke. All these close associations which had worked so, which were so beneficial for them in the start, started to actually become not so beneficial, and they all started to fracture and trying to appear as independent. And that's what's happened with this mob. But if you go and look, they've ran out of people to target. Right? The people for Hampstead and Hoxted is all dead in the water. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to talk about it. Again. But I don't know what these people's crimes are. But if they're committing crimes, report them to the cops and surely they'll get arrested. If not, let these Fruit Loops be Fruit Loops together on the internet. And if what they are doing isn't against the law, then go and join your local council political system and try and fucking lobby to get the law changed. Just going after the same people, flogging the same dead horses. Keep your names out there. Not a bone of originality anywhere. Same cases. Same subjects, same points, regurgitated, Andy Devine. This guy. Who's that fucking Raconteurs dude that was on the night? Gibbs. Andy Gibbs, John Gibbs, Danny Gibbs, Gibby Gibbs. Anyway, all the same people. Can he go after Brian Harvey? He's went to ground. Right? So they have to go after the same people. Regurgitating the same shite. And it just allows you to see who's operating within the network still. And who's trying to pretend they aren't operating in the network. Oh, it wasn't me, governor. It wasn't me. And then just straight back on the fucking horse as soon as they think the fucking storm has died down. Fucking idiots. Anyway.
Just want fish eggs. I love fish eggs.
So again, they people are independent. Angie Power Disney, she's Lady Sparkle, is independent for fucking Mayfair, but they're just going after the same targeted individual. And what did he do? Did he document this guy's crimes? If I was this dude, I would fucking get him done for copyright and get him shut down like that. You know, but I would obviously do it before telling them. Like, copyright strike 3 of their fucking things. Before telling them. And then I would go on and go, hey, you know, I can copyright strike you. That's what I would do. But somehow these fucking motherfuckers just sitting there going, I don't believe in the court system, man. Rules are for fucking... Like, listen, man. Right, you want to know how my fucking logic works? Everything out there is created by a man. It's created by a man to be a tool, and you're a fucking fool if you don't use the tool. Everything is a tool. You're a fool if you don't use the tool, man. It's cool, man, to use a tool, and if you don't use the tool, you're not cool, and you may be a fool. Now get to school. See? Beautiful. Anyway, so there's the next victims. And here was this crazy guy, like, bah, 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 bah. Brat, 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 yo, I give you a couple of caps in your ass, man. Oh, brat, for the YouTube. Oh, nothing says that I'm a manly man, like my spiders on the YouTube, and my guns in the YouTube. Luke 10:900 says crazy, then quoting verses of the Bible for Lady Mady Sparkle. Nothing says crazy like this shit, man. Yo. Right? Look what this fucking Fruit Loop of a woman is going and doing. She's out there grooming, winding up, battling up, fucking, like she done with that fucking, kiss my teeth. Kiss my buttock. Kiss my teeth. TV. Hear me now. something stinks about what she's doing. She's going all over the internet. Go and look, go and track her activity. Go and get a software that can track people's activity and all that. Brr, brr, brr. Get one of your MI66 contacts and this shit up. And you'll see what these people are doing, man. Right? It's a one big massive, it's a big, not massive, right? But it's a coordinated network. And they aren't out there trying to protect you from hoaxes or anything like that. Something really creepy and weird. They're trying to direct traffic. Anyway, I digress. I love that wee topic. Right wing looking for a job.
There's a new Terminator. It's slower, less intelligent. Yes, we have the trailer here, and we're going to look at, which is...
Oh no. Here's another right wing, alt-right, want to be journalist, or pretend journalist, now being a film critic, at the same time as being a political commentator, and is somehow going to marry Terminator into Donald Trump politics. Now, let's time it. How long do you think this will be before he mentions SJW, Snowflake, not enough guns, too much guns? Look at this. This robot should have been a man. This robot should have been a woman. Shite.
Terminator Dark Fate. I've already watched it, so this is not technically a reaction trailer. It's going
Don't get technical on her ass, Ginger.
To be a breakdown trailer. I'm going to talk about my thoughts on this. Now, the Terminator franchise is a bit strange, in my view, because it's in a similar way to Star Wars, the Star Wars franchise. It's all harkening back to the glory days.
Move over, Jonathan Ross. Is that the film critic on BBC One still? I don't know. But move over that film critic anyway. Fucking Ginger McGill's on the fucking out to get you, baby.
Case of Terminator, it's Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Everybody thinks about how great that film was. That was the big bonanza. Of course, the first one is more of a monster movie. It's a good film. The second one, that's the big one. So since then, we had Terminator 3, which I kind of like, actually. I know I'm probably alone there, but Terminator 3 isn't bad. I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. It has a lot of good points, but I recognize that it's a poor clone of the second one. And there's way too much awkward humor in it. Though I do like the fact that Arnie's really up against it. He's actually a T850, but he's still, he's not the T800, it's a T850, slightly different.
You understand it's fake? Yeah, it's not real.
Slightly different model, but he's obsolete.
No, it's fake. It's fake. It's just made up. These robots don't actually exist. There's no models. They're friction. I hate these people that really...
I'm an obsolete design. And he has to try and take down the Terminatrix or whatever. And she's way more advanced than he is. I like that. I like it because it's very much like...
I like that. I like the way that he's had to do the Arnold's a chopping editing in this because of all these shite Arnold Schwarzenegger impressions. I'll edit that. That was my bad. Oh shit, I'll edit that.
Like Rocky, coming back for the big fight when he's like way past his prime. So it's kind of like, you got arthritis on your neck and you got calcium deposits on most of your joints, so sparring is out. It's like that, he's just, it's much harder for him this time to come back and
Illuminati!
So I've always enjoyed films that were like impossible odds for the good guys. That's the way it should be, right? It's more heroic when you have to overcome impossible odds. And so then we had Salvation, which was a grittier dystopian future and more of a departure. And I think there's really good points about it. I watched it late last year and actually enjoyed it, surprisingly. I didn't really like it in the cinema. And then, but we didn't get a follow-up on that. I think that film really needed a follow-up in order to justify its whole story because they were building towards something. And instead we got Genesis, and Genesis is really bad.
SJ, is this... Oh.
It's been rare that a film has actually put a taste in my mouth, a bad taste in my mouth when I left the cinema. Terminator Genesis, Star Trek Insurrection.
What the fuck had you been doing in the cinema? Look, listen, you go into the cinema and you suck the wrong dick, you're going to leave with a bad taste in your mouth, Ginger. No matter how good the film is.
I can still remember to this day how deflated I was after watching Terminator Genesis.
Woo! Once that bad fucking taste, just we weren't in the mood after that.
And Insurrection. So I'm gonna.
No erection. I'm pretty sure I heard him say no erection.
I'm gonna go ahead and play this.
Just tell me how the Illuminati deep state has fucking got a hold of the actor to try and stop you voting Trump.
Linda Hamilton is back in this movie.
Don't know who she is.
So is Arnold Schwarzenegger, obviously, but he's in so little of this trailer. It has me concerned about how much of the film he's actually
so if you watch the movie or the trailer?
Going to be in. Blink and you'll miss him in this trailer. Now, before we begin the trailer, last year you may remember this publicity image came out for the film. And I believe the publicity image is mainly taken during the filming, at least it looks that way, during the filming of one of the principal scenes that's shown, one of the main action scenes that's shown in this trailer. That's what it looks like to me anyway. And there were some alarm bells that went off because this was the first publicity image for Terminator Dark Fate. At the time, it did not have a title. We were just calling it Terminator 6. And there's no guys. It's all women. So people were wondering, is this going to be, is this the Terminator franchise's Ghostbusters moment? Are we going to see, it's the all-female thing because that's the thing to do and everything's kind of woke.
All female? That's a guy in the middle, yeah, donut.
And feminist, and it's all about...
Right. 3.5...
The identity politics stuff.
Identity politics. Right, let's just round it up to 3 minutes and 33 seconds. So 3:33. That's how long it took this cunt to watch Terminator and figure out that it somehow had something to do with SJWs, social justice warrior, and all that shit. Right. Hold on. Let me look for this. It's a puppet. I remember who this guy... Oh, there we go. Brian Conley.
It's a puppy! It's a puppy!
Right. It's a movie! Oh, sorry, not a movie. It's a film! British versus Yankonology. Brian Conley show. Funny next day. So, moving on, John. You should see what I have seen when I'm licking windows.
Good morning, everyone. I'm having to go into pretty much radio silence at this point because of the tensions that I'm currently living with at the moment. Obviously, I'm trying to sort out some accommodation. I'm going to be heading up to the council today and say to them basically I'm being made homeless.
Why are you getting made homeless, Matthew? Well, I support Tommy Robinson so much and I'm marching up and down these rallies so much my mum and sister think I'm getting radicalised, so I told them to fuck off and I'm homeless now. You can get in a fucking... Hold on, we're going to get a brown person that deserves it more than you.
And from there, it's really just what happens in the future. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but what I do know is that I have gone through a lot of bad stuff in my life. This is just another obstacle in my life, and I'm going to do everything in my power to get through that one as well. It is going to be by far the greatest challenge. I should have really been kicked out of the house probably 8-10 years ago. But it is what it is. And no matter what happens now, I'm going to do everything I can to make the best of it.
A trolly kind of way or a malicious kind of way. It's actually done out of genuine critiquing. And I know this next bit's going to be a bit controversial, but there are issues that I take to some of the comments I see. Not all of them, because I know a lot of them are genuine people. But you get the odd prick in the chat who essentially decides to be downright derogatory and disrespectful. Now, to make absolutely clear, I have no problem with people expressing their opinions. I've even spoken to some of my fans in the comments in some of my first videos where we have conflicting opinions, and I essentially end it by saying, well, that's your opinion, but I respect it because we live in a free world, essentially. Well, I say free world, I mean...
Best things to munch when you're watching Windy Lickers.
The internet is a free platform for people to voice their
Tangy-tastic.
criticism and their opinions. The only comments I have a genuine
I
problem
like the
with are
dinosaurs
ones that are just
because they make me
completely
feel
disrespectful.
really big.
I mean, no criticism, just absolute being an asshole kind of thing. If someone's being an asshole, I'm gonna remove the comments. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to remove it for everyone because it's not fair on those who actually want to have a proper discussion. I don't ask anybody here in my
Like
chat
this logic?
to kiss my ass. And I don't expect anybody to fully agree with my views or fully agree with what I do or what I stand for.
Very reasonable.
But I would expect people to show the same level of respect they would expect me to show them if they had done a video and expressed their views. It's like a party host. You have the host who invites you into their home. You may not like them, but you should really treat them with a bit of respect. That is essentially where I'm getting at. So, I guess in a sense...
Would you like a Haribo, Matthew?
This feeling of, I wouldn't say so much authoritarianism, but more, I don't want to see shit, basically. I have enough stress going on in my life as it is.
I like the cherries because they remind me of reindeer's bollocks.
Compounded. So, any of them I see, generally most of the comments won't affect me that much, but if I see them, I'll remove them. Only takes a few clicks of a mouse.
And you're triggered.
Because I need to focus on my real problems, not on some person who's just going to call me a fat fuck, you know. I mean, I don't mind people joking about my weight as long as it's done in jest, not in a disrespectful way.
I'm not disrespecting Skinny.
I made that clear on one of my very first videos as well.
Got you,
Jabba. You
Jabba.
need to understand, I'm a human being as well. And I'm not going to tolerate that kind of...
I found this out about Tommy Robinson last night too.
But one of my other weaknesses is...
I found out last night, when Tommy Robinson's boyfriend shags him up the arse, his dick gets covered in shit too. He's a real man.
It's the fact that I can be... Well, generally speaking, let me take a step back. Autistic people generally are very trustworthy.
Boom! I'm no doctor, but my Rain Man abilities picking up and apart in here. Him! Red Cat Boy. Based Amy. James Godtard. Army of Windy Lickers.
Good evening, people.
Although, Matthew, stick with your new hairdresser, man. You've got a good haircut.
This isn't going to be a political video. This is just a quick life update.
Oh, no politics today. Just lifestyle content. I like it. Mixing the content up there, Matthew.
Because as you well know, I've had to move out of my family's house. So I'm just...
Right, now, I get this as well. It's just, this is, like some people see, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade and you film it and put it up on YouTube. So, he's now standing on his own 2 feet, so he needs to learn to cook for himself. So he's now not only going to learn to cook for himself, he's going to film it and put it up on YouTube and make his content more diverse.
Loitering around here. As some of you will know, I'm at my good old Nan's house, and she does good by me.
My girl Nan? That's some sort of a, like, is that some sort of a new young thing? Is that what you call your... That's my girl Nan, bro! That's my girl Nan! I'm going to just chalk it up and say that maybe it's his Nan's house, right? I'm not picking up on any street slang vibe for this boy.
So, there will be no No dirty laundry to hang out here.
Your nan's asked you politely not to slag off your mum and sister on the internet. They're getting a little embarrassed. They might even be getting death threats from Tommy Robinson window lickers.
I wish I could say, but of course you're not here to hear about my families,
But unfortunately most people are now, mate. This is the weird thing is, most people are now tuning in because of the drama. I'll be honest, I don't like your politics, but I tune in to hear about you destroying your life because you're in a cult of Tommy Robinson, and I like to point and use you as an example of how Tommy Robinson can be very detrimental to your health.
unfortunately, I don't have any politics, as I said. At least not yet, anyway. There'll be a time and a place for it, but right now, I've got to really focus on getting my ass back on track. And I also wanted to take the opportunity to thank all those people who've already donated to me, which, believe me, deep down in the bottom of my heart, I have to say a massive thank you to you all. Still can't shake that guilty feeling.
I like the rings because Tommy Robinson can use it as a cock ring.
People donate to me because I do feel bad for it. I guess that'll never change, but...
Cha-ching, big man! Cha-ching!
But, because I'm
unfortunately, what this artistic stroke...
Mundane Monday, episode 19...
Like, this artistic genius is learning...
And it poetically involves...
is the ability to earn monies through harnessing sympathy on the internet.
Yeah, asking my nan for videos of all things.
Valuable lesson to learn.
I asked my nan...
But
because she's
possibly not a good one for artistic Rain Men.
I was considering recording it for two reasons.
Just saying.
One, just as a little extra content, and two...
See if I owned a casino... See when I own my... See when I like Scarface and I own my own casino and all that. This Rain Man bastard's not allowed in.
There you go. I've got
not because I've gone against Rain Man, but these cunts can count cards.
I'm not going to link my PayPal in the description because I still feel guilty about it. There are people out there...
Don't feel guilty, big man.
Put my PayPal
Fools are easily partied for their money.
Put that up, and I think someone's also...
And your audience.
Special project, I can't remember. But basically, I'll drip feed a few updates here and there. It's not going to be really frequent, and it's not going to be anything to do with politics until I can get safely settled in and back on track. The only other real thing I can update is that I'm genuinely trying to find a job. I know there are some people out there who are like, oh, just go get a job, it's easy. No, it's not that easy. But I am at least job searching every other day. So I am making a conscious effort to put my life back on track. Alright, that's it. That's all I got for you. So, catch you later, guys.
Peeing the milk boy.
Good afternoon, people.
Doesn't his hair look good there? Matthew, stick with that hairdresser, buddy. All those donations must have went to fucking Vidal Sassoon or some shit. No joke, go in, fucking looking pity about the face, pity about the mush, but the hair's looking good.
Now, I wasn't going to originally do a video about this, but I've just noticed that one of my videos that I had in Salford, which directly targeted Lizzie Dearden and the fake news independent newspaper, was taken down in the recent days and maybe week or so. Yeah. Isn't it amazing how a young 28-year-old lad can threaten, and by threaten I mean they feel threatened by me, but how they can feel threatened by someone like me who is only putting the truth out there and pointing out that Lizzie Dearden was breaking the law, i.e. sections 1 and 2 of the 2006 Fraud Act, by knowingly putting disinformation as truth out there about a certain individual. And Lizzie Dearden went on to say that the UK has rejected the far right. I would hardly say 40,000 votes for Tommy Robinson is rejecting the guy. In fact, if anything, considering he had to fight with both his hands and legs tied behind his back, i.e. his PayPal was cut off, he had other donating sites cut off.
Can anybody see how the Windy Lickers rhyme and repeat verbatim the talking points of Tommy Robinson?
He had his social networking, his social media all but destroyed in a politically motivated campaign from companies like PayPal, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. He's all but unpersoned on YouTube, though you can still find his videos every now and again.
Unpersoned, but you can find them.
The mainstream parties like Labour, Lib Dem, and other such ilk have got social media, have got backing, and Tommy is having to solely rely on people's generosity in order to get a hold of any money for his political campaign. Plus, if what was said about Avi Yemeni's report in regards to some people simply refusing to deliver Mr. Robinson's leaflets.
Right. Tommy Robinson has took conspiracies to the new level. The buck stops at Postman fucking Pat. Fucking Postman fucking Pat, I tell you. I fucking see Postman Pat on that fucking street. When I pull him to the side, I'm going, Pat! You and your black and white fucking cat! And your fucking hat! I'm not having that! Fuck off back to Toy Town, fucking Pat. Nice hair, bad face.
Good evening.
Definitely the frame of the glasses detract.
The liberty to
go
go
with the
through
glasses.
the aftermath of the elections. But I need to catch my breath first, bear with me. Yeah, running up that hill back there does not do me any... Well, I suppose it does do me favours, technically, because it makes me a little bit fitter. But you get the idea.
He used to go to fat camp
of course, you're not
when he was
here
younger.
to hear about my
True
fitness.
story.
Or what I do to try and get fit. Because God forbid I could do with it.
No, we do though. I tuned in. I can't remember what video it was. You were telling us that you used to go to fat camp when you were younger, and you even ran up the hill that you used to run up to, and you used to eat one bit of chocolate every day. And when you were at fat camp, you'd run up that hill and get your grandpapa's paper.
Anyway, what I think... Oh, look.
Oh, look! Squirrel!
Not often
Squirrel!
Find money on the pavement or the road. But what I think about these elections... Do I think it was rigged? Well, to say that is literally like saying, is the sky blue? Of course it is. In layman's terms, this election was never going to be a level playing field for somebody like Tommy Robinson.
It's a fix! So... It's a puppet!
It's a puppy! It's a puppy!
Oh, right, let's have a look at some election madness.
Any of the anarchists left around? We can talk about how anarchy isn't going to solve any problems.
This guy's got his own YouTube channel, isn't he?
Well, why not? Why are you so angry? Why are you so angry? You seem really angry. Okay, Mum. Come on, let's have a bit of a bants. Come on, it'll be fun. Come on.
Yeah, have a bit of bants. Come up here and let me try and, what did I call it? Shit post you. Let's see if I can come up with better ways of insulting you, as you can have better ways of insulting me. This is the tactic that they're using. And yeah, these people are all fully schooled in the weird world of YouTube and social media, and these people can shit post and out insult most people.
Sorry? Same
yes!
Here. Oh. Another one of our friendly neighborhood lefties has been very polite and genteel and kind.
Well, my glasses are ruined.
It was the Liberal Democrat who was very angry. Can we get a round of applause for the hero of the Liberal Democrats over there? Bravo for that fantastic argument, sir.
It's the second time this week I've
cause the world of good. And the thing is, one of us knows who you are, so we'll send the police round for assaulting one.
We know who you are. We are sending our mummy and daddy round.
Of our speakers.
Oh, it's the second time I've been covered in chocolate this week. This smells better than the last one.
I was going to say you probably had worse, but I didn't want to.
I can't imagine why UKIP failed.
Leave this one with
me.
You don't need to. I got this.
Oh man, this guy incriminates himself as being a paedophile and all that life on here. He's got it. Right. Give him that microphone. Here's a rope with some noose in it.
I want to thank
Batter
that
in,
man.
Milo.
I hope that he sees this video because I'm already getting offers to lick it off.
It reminds me, I remember when who was the first comic that I hated for being gay. Right now, let me explain. He's got the Graham Norton. Graham Norton, he's got a BBC talk show and all that, right? And when he first came out, his humour, 90% of his jokes and everything evolved around gay innuendo, easy for me to say, and stuff like that. And at that particular point, it didn't make me laugh. Right, it didn't make me laugh. It made me. So I thought he was a shite comic because he was meant to be a comic, and he didn't make me laugh. It made me feel uncomfortable or whatever. Maybe now I'd have a different reaction, but back then that was the way. Now I find him quite funny because his humour evolves around comedy, not the fact that he's a gay guy do comedy. That was the kind of thing that really bugged me about him. It was like everything was gay first. Funny second. Ooh! Rather than do a funny joke, had to do it gay. Anyway, digress.
Good. So this is just going to be an objective look at Sargon of Akkad's chances of getting elected in the upcoming European elections. Now, it's no secret that I'm not a fan of Brexit, and the reasons for that might become clear
to be fairly
as we
accurate.
move on. Not a great fan of the EU either, by the way, but anyway, like I was saying, this is just an analysis of the numbers of Carl Benjamin's chances of getting elected as an MEP. Now, he was recently boasting that he had 1 million subscribers at a UKIP press conference, and so why should he care what the mainstream media said about him? And it's true enough that he's got the best part of 1 million subscribers. Cool. So we'll use that as the first benchmark, 1 million subscribers. But realistically, only about 10% of those are actually going to be in the UK. Just using myself as a benchmark here, about 10% of my subscribers are in the UK. So, what is 100,000 voters worth? I mean, let's just be the most generous we can and say that all of those people are going to do exactly what Sargon tells them, and they're going to just go and vote for UKIP. Which is, this is the best case scenario. So we need to take a look at the previous European elections to give us a sort of benchmark for all of this. And the previous EU elections, UKIP, the party which Sargon is standing for, absolutely cleaned up. They got about 25% of the vote, 25% of the MEPs, and 4.5-ish million votes, which means that the total number of votes cast across the whole UK was about 16 million votes. 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total votes. Good. So even at this point, we can see that if all of Sargon's subscribers were actually in the UK and they all voted for UKIP, that would be worth about 6% of the vote, which is still nowhere near enough to actually be influential, right? So the best case scenario would be, it's actually 6%, but whatever, 5%. Realistically, would...
Now, I believe if you actually do go and look at the demographics of this, typically what he's doing is rounding it all up. He's not breaking it into demographics of age. But I believe in the demographic of, I think it's 16 or 18, depending where you are, or what age you can vote from. 16 to 18 to 25 demographic, which people with brains out there will understand that's the youth. These far right monkeys are doing extremely well. To a scary degree. I fucking lost it, I can't find it. So annoying.
10% of his subscribers actually being in the UK, you're probably looking at 0.5%. And even more realistic still, you're probably looking at somewhere between a factor of 5 and 10 down on that. Again, for people who will be motivated enough to go out and vote because of one of his videos. So in terms of likely impact, you're looking at about 5 parts in 1,000 is going to be his impact on this election, which when you realise that typically the margin of error of the vote is about 3%.
You get the idea, right? Anybody looking at the numbers and demographics and all that really knew UKIP using UKIP transforming into the vehicle that they did. You know, like, how can I explain this? Like, people like Jim Dawson, who are professional marketers and their specialities are demographics, they sit in a room breaking all the demographics down, all the age categories, male, female, left, right, up, down, all the rest of it. What do we need to do to mobilise this? If they vote for them, they vote for us. Who do we need to target? Where do we need to target? They break this all down. That's how the Trump won in America, by working the college electoral system to his advantage. So this isn't pie in the sky stuff. It's hard to grasp and get your head round. So when you see Jim Dawson using, expressing openly that he used the BNP as a vehicle to move everybody over to the right, and through doing that allowed UKIP to enjoy unprecedented success, and now UKIP's died, there's the new vehicle of, the fuck's it called? Brexit Party? I don't even know. It's actually called the Brexit Party. Now, so let's say there's elements, let's say there's a far right Hydra operating in the UK, and their ultimate goal is to use any vehicle. Now, they're happy to operate the destruction derby technique, the Grand Theft Auto technique. They'll bounce into any vehicle. It's not their car. They don't really give a fuck about it. They'll beat the shit out of that thing, just as long as it takes them as far as it can. They'll run it into the ground. So Jim Dawson done that with the BNP. Boom! Ran it into the ground. Jim Dawson, UKIP, ran it into the ground. Jim Dawson and the far right Hydra, now would be using Nigel Farage yet again and the Brexit Party. It's not ran it into the ground yet, but these are all vehicles that are getting used by the same people, in my opinion, getting used to move everybody's political pendulum over to the right. And that happens by just, if you change, if you control all the talking points, all of them, then you control the argument, which allows you to control the argument. You know, if nobody's arguing the benefits of, let's say, and it's not that I'm a leftist or anything, but if there's nobody's out there even talking about left-wing politics, it's all centred around the pros and cons of all these staunchly right-wing rooted policies, then the right-wing are winning the argument because everybody's heads, whether you're pro or whether you're for or against these particular, whether you're pro or against these particular topics, you're talking about that topic. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. Let me see if I can just find that I think that was actually a worthwhile thing to say. So let me see if...
Now, there are hardline far...
And Jim Chat, some people who MP's fundraising call centre in Belfast.
You've got to remember, most political parties don't know their arse to their elbow. You bring in a professional marketing team. You know, I trained in America with the pro-lifers and all that. If you apply professional marketing techniques and fundraising to a political situation, it's a gift.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
Yeah.
And that's what we did with the BNP. Raised them £4 million, and then left them to it. So I was never in the BNP, but we did do work for them, just to make them successful enough to push everybody over to the right. And I think that has resulted now in the success that UKIP is enjoying. And far better UKIP enjoying it than the BNP, to be honest with you. But at least everybody's over to the right, a couple of notches.
Now, this is what I believe's happening here. Jim Dowson is now willing to run UKIP into the ground. So, he's willing to use UKIP. He's willing to run UKIP into the ground while trying to convert as many LGBT typical Tommy Robinson fans over to being right-wing Nazis as they possibly can. I know it sounds crazy. It's my crazy conspiracy theory.
Now he's bankrolling Britain first. How much would you say you've ploughed into that?
That would be difficult to count. I'd need to go and calculate that up. But a substantial amount. One thing I agree with Mr. Chowdhury on, there is such a concept as a just war, a holy war. He calls it jihad, we call it crusade.
Is that how you see it?
So, hopefully that helps paint the picture I'm trying to show there. So, let's have a wee look at the far right. Hydra! Potato. Let's call the whole thing off. Hello! Yes. We are the Billy Boys. Hello! Yes!
Nigel Farage's Brexit revolution has started.
This is weird. Slagging off Tommy Robinson, slagging off Nigel Farage, slagging off everybody, running for councillor. Now he's sucking Nigel Farage's bobby. Weird.
That's right.
That's right. Hello.
Nigel Farage has got them over a barrel.
Now, look at the expression on his face. Can't keep a straight face. Spewing his shite. That's right. Look at the duping delight, I think they call it, in his face. Does that hear it?
Pictures of them everywhere, or them over a barrel, big time. You don't deliver Brexit, you'll be unseated at the next general election. Bravo, Nigel Farage. Nigel Farage will go down in history. He's a hero, right? Nigel Farage will be on a stamp one day. You put on your envelope, or there'll be pictures of him everywhere, or monuments, right? and rightly so, trust me. This is only just beginning now, and Nigel Farage, his Brexit revolution has started, and all the good people of Britain have got to get behind it. Thankfully, the public rejected Tommy Robinson and UKIP, and rightly so. Tommy Robinson is not politics, it's violence and confrontation. UKIP now is not politics. It's a comedy sketch, a comedy show with bizarre characters associated with it, such as Sargon of Akkad, Count Dankula. I mean, ask yourself this. Ask yourself this.
Do you think this guy's for real, or do you think think that's part of the fake theatre? Do you think that's Joe Rogan and Alex Jones falling out before Joe Rogan getting Alex Jones on for his biggest PR victory before his fucking legal case around Sandy Hook?
Imagine Theresa May being known as May of the Willows, or David Cameron, Cameron of the Shire. Well, exactly, you know. And Jared Batten, you're an educated man. You've allowed these clowns and idiots to hijack UKIP, and you got punished last night, the European elections.
You're right, he is an educated man. And you think he'd let in clowns like Sargon of Akkad, Count Spunkula, Paul Joseph Watson, without having any idea how that shit would go down? Give me a break. Give me a fucking break.
As Christians, we naturally applaud the decisions by Alabama, Missouri, Georgia, Kentucky, Mississippi and Ohio.
Well, of course it's called Alabama.
To curb radically the satanic mass baby murdering spree unleashed on the innocence of America by the liberal elite through Roe versus Wade.
See, before I found this mob, I used to think all this rhetoric only came out for the religious lunatics in America. And I was like, fuck these religious lunatics in America. I easily got it for fucking religious lunatics over here who went and founded America and then took the religious lunatics over with them. Fuck!
Let us leave aside the question of whether ruling out rape and incest as exceptions is a matter of high principle or a PR gift to the baby murder lobby, which provides a classic
rape
example
and incest
of how a
is
search for
always a
perfection
PR gift.
is often the enemy.
How can it not be?
Possible.
Everybody
Instead,
loves a bit
I want to
of
warn
rape and
pro-life and
incest.
conservative Americans against triumphalism or complacency. Because I have to tell you that this is the high watermark of the last conservative tide.
These were rings
Change
of the
is
dummy
coming to
tits.
America, and it will not be changed for the better. You have probably already worked out that the tactics of the pro-lifers in Alabama are unusually sophisticated for the often clod-hoppingly stupid conservative movement. The whole idea of such a radical and virtually complete ban on abortion is to goad the Liberals into taking the ban to court.
I'm not telling you what way to think on this stuff, I'm really not. I'm not your mummy, I'm not your daddy. It's not my job to tell you what way's up. I'm trying to point at all the similar rhetoric coming out of apparent independent places and try to convey my picture that it's all one big coordinated network. And all these intros and outros and imagery is always eerily familiar to Anonymous to me.
Hello again, Jim Dowson here, guest presenter with the
Guest? Well, we invite you on all the time, Jim.
Templar Report. This is Memorial Day today, and I would just like to convey on behalf of the Knights Templar International Order worldwide our heartfelt thanks and gratitude for those brave Americans who laid down their life in defence of freedom for the free world. And you know, not all wars are perfect, and not all wars, we're looking back on them, were particularly great ideas, but it makes no difference to the soldier. The soldier does what he's told, and that's how it is. And we think of the thousands upon thousands.
Donald Trump always sits like that. I'm going to show you, but I've got easy, like, I bet you Just need a picture of him sitting on a chair. Fuck you, Google! Fucking make me look like a liar, you bastards. There we go. Illuminati, Illuminati, Illuminati. Always sits like that. Always, apart from the 1,000,001 pictures here that he's sitting in a chair, and he's not sitting like that, but apart from the 1,000,001 times that he's not sitting like that, he's always sitting like that. Illuminati. Oh god, I thought he would be sitting like it like there, but no. See, that's just lying, that one. See, this one's telling the truth. That one's telling the truth. Well, there's got to be more liars in here. Lots of fake news about nowadays. Anyway. Jesus and toast, people.
Thousands of young men who lost their lives in defence of their country, of their freedom, of their governments. And we remember that each one of those men are somebody's son, somebody's husband, somebody's brother. And that's the real tragedy. So today, I would like to say to our American brethren, especially to the mothers, because it was the mothers who gave birth and raised those sons who went off and lost their life. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, and we know that you gave a part of yourself as your son was killed in conflict, and we appreciate it. We really do. So, you know, do what you have to do today. Make sure you spend time to remember those who know.
Thank you, Christian soldiers. Thank you, Christian soldiers.
It sounds ridiculous, but that's how it is. So, to the fathers and to the mothers who gave us their sons, we appreciate it very, very deeply. And we, as an organisation, fight on because of the legacy that they've left. And we must never down tools or roll over, because too much blood has been spilled to give us these freedoms. And you can take...
We as an organisation stroll on because there's people willing to die for us. And we thank everybody who sends us their kids in a box. Or send us your kids, we send them back in a box.
Take it from me, the Templars will never give those freedoms up. Never, unless we're lying dead in the gutter. Okay, I'd like to also go on today to give you a report on how the European elections went. Very interesting. Across Europe there was a bit of rise in the right-wing populist. And let me explain what right-wing populism. Right-wing populism.
Let them try and confuse you with, you know, these right-wing morons that we've created for the poofs and trannies and stuff. Ignore them, but still vote for them, but ignore them.
To me, because I'm an old warhorse, isn't right-wing at all, because it's pro-gay and it's pro all this other weird stuff. So I don't see how it's right-wing. But anyway, they call them, they're called...
How can you be a member of the Knights Templar and not be into a bit of fucking taking the bobby, Jim? These knights out crusading long times. They fucking every fucking port in a storm and all that, Jim Bob. What about the old two fucking gay knights shagging each other on a white horse? Is that not your emblem? Jim Bob. You try to tell me a Knights Templar and Knight didn't fucking slip each other the bobby back in the day? Jim Bob.
Old right-wing populists. They've done quite well all over Europe. Marine Le Pen, she's topped the polls in France. Viktor Orban, his Fidesz party, done very well in Hungary. Sadly, some of the friends of the Templars didn't do so well because they launched different new parties. Was it Jobbik? Jobbik were destroyed. Yeah. Jobbik, our old friends, who were hard right, and then they went all modern and liberal. They were destroyed. Idiots.
They were our old friends, you know. They used to be our friends until they took on the poofs. Whereas, like, deep down, I think this is all just rebranding, you know? Make them gay-friendly.
And Salvina's League Nord has topped the polls in their countries as well, in Italy. So that's good news. But the worrying news is the biggest rise of everything was the Greens and the Liberals.
Oh, God almighty.
Fine.
Fucking Captain
The Greens
Planet
and the Liberals
bastards.
have done extremely well. So let's look at Britain, because obviously, you know,
I
I
thought
know
you'd
that
be
a bit
happy,
better.
David Icke's mob.
So how did the parties do in Great Britain? And I say Great Britain, not UK, because the seats for Northern Ireland only get started counting today. Who knows why? It's because you're Irish. So we don't know why, but it's ridiculous.
They're
So
counting their
there was a new
potatoes on
party
Sunday.
launched 6 weeks ago by Nigel Farage, who used to run UKIP, but he left because they were bringing in people, undesirables, and Tommy Robinson and all this people, and then he ended up not getting in. So anyway, Nigel Farage, just as a figurehead, there's a couple of real smart businessmen behind that. They started a party 6 weeks ago, and it swept the board. Swept the board. So I'll give you the rundown. The Brexit Party, this is a new party led by Nigel Farage, 29 seats. The Lib Dems, who are usually nowhere, they came in second with 16. Labour, now remember Britain's a two-party country really, it's Labour and Conservatives, but Labour were put into third place, winning 10 seats. The Greens won 7 seats, that's the bean eaters and the tree huggers, you know, the people with the sandals and all that, totally mental. They've got 7 seats, God help us. The Conservatives,
Fuck's sake, Jim Bob, you should get yourself through to the south side nowadays, mate. Can he move for these fucking tree huggers and sandal wearers? You know, the south side of Glasgow? Maybe the north side as well. I don't really know. But anyway, this will sound funny. South side of Glasgow is the only place in Glasgow where the ratio of Jesus sandals to Nikes is disproportionate. Anyway. And fucking bring back the Neds. Where's the fucking Scottish Heritage Trust out there saving the Neds? Where are fucking Scottish Neds? Well, Scottish Neds are alright. Fucking go outside of Glasgow, you can't move for the Neddy bastards. But inside Glasgow, fucking Neds are disappearing, man. It's a worrying trend. All you do is get old Neds. You cunts that can't grow old and all that. It's disgraceful.
Conservatives, the actual government, the party that's in government in Britain at the moment, were relegated down to, was that 5th place? With 4 seats in the whole of the country. The Scottish National Party got 3. Plaid Cymru, which is a Welsh nationalist party, 1. Change UK, which was the breakaway lefty people, who, and mixed Tories and Labour people, formed a new party to make sure we stayed in Europe. They got 0. And UKIP, the old so-called right-wing party, 0, because Brexit took over for them. But isn't it interesting that Change UK, that was a load of Conservative and Labour people left their parties and started this new one to make sure we stayed in Europe. And they said, the people will speak. Well, they have spoken, you get nothing. Go away. But these are the people who won't listen to the Brexit referendum either. They don't learn. And they're on last night saying, oh, we had a wonderful night. What's that woman's name that runs it? Evans, she's mad as that. She's as mad as that crazy woman in America. That mad woman in America that got elected recently. Aye, that's her, Heidi Allen. But who's that other lunatic in America? They're always
Crazy Eyes Cortez.
She's kind of pretty girl, but she's crazy. Cortez. We've got our own Cortez in Britain. She's called Heidi Allen. She's as nutty as a fruit bat, mad as a box of frogs. So she's won nothing, and she's on TV saying we're on the crest of a breakthrough. And this means nothing. They're no Democrats, these people. They're just no democratic. We had a vote in Britain. 17.5 million people said, we want to leave Europe, the EU. They wouldn't listen, so they formed their own party and said, watch this. We will go to the people and say, we want to stay in Europe. And they get nothing. Nothing at all. And they're still saying, doesn't mean anything. These people are not Democrats. They're not sane. I mean, they're just crazy people. So
they're marketers like you, Jim.
So that's what happened. Massive surge in certain things. I mean, the Lib Dems were up 13%. Labour were down a lot.
Yeah, that's enough of that. We are anonymous.
Hello again, Jim Dowson here, guest presenter with the Templar Report. It's
It's Wednesday, the 22nd of May, 2019. Very special day for a lot of people on this side of the ocean. This is the day back in 2013 where Fusilier drummer Lee Rigby was massacred, butchered on the streets of London while everybody filmed it in their phones and never lifted a hand to help. In fact, the only person that came to his aid was a woman. Scandalous. And it's also the day, 2 years ago, that an ISIS person and probably British security force asset, can't remember his name, massacred 22 people at an Ariana Grande concert in Manchester by detonating a suicide bomb. So, there's a few things we have to go through because obviously tomorrow's the European election. So I'll come back to that stuff in a minute. I want to go through some other stuff first. This is a terrible story. In South Shields, which is up by Sunderland, Newcastle way, a man with a...
Now remember, they're using the marketing trick of objecting to them politicising these events. Means that you don't have any sympathy for the victims of these events. No, they in reality object to these scumbags trying to politically capitalise on these events. Anyway, so that is the hidden right wing, far right Hydra. Right, let's have a look at some of this 5G bullcrap. Don't fucking kill me with your wooden hats if you think 5G's direct energy weapons. I just don't. And I'm as much an expert as you are, I bet. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. But anyway. Is 5G a military kill weapon? No, it's a mobile phone network. Calling it a weapon is semantics, because yes, using a mobile phone, you can use it. Communication networks are used in weaponry, so it's just semantics. But anyway, it's a shame how this shit just spreads like wildfire. How to take
the only
action
freedom
against
which
5G.
deserves the name is that of pursuing our own good in our own, which is really good to hear. And it's really good to see someone of your caliber actually taking a stand for this. So how did you sort of find out about this? How did you start on this 5G activism that you're conducting at the moment?
Yeah, why did you wake up one day and decide we had to save the world for 5G?
Wow, that's a good question.
That's a
Probably
very good
started
question.
about 6 years ago with a client of mine. She came in and from Disability Services, and she had they said that she was allergic to the 20th century, and she was trying to stop a Telstra tower from being built, an NBN tower being built next to her home. And she lived out in the bush, and she had a chemical-free home, and she was very concerned that she was allergic to electromagnetic radiation. And I thought nothing of it. I thought, what's this? This is a bit strange. But
well, Ray Broomhall, kudos to you, mate. You're the barrister out there that went, hey, opportunity knocks. Woo, come on down, window lickers. It's time is right. And Max Egan's happy. It's funny how all these barristers and all the, it's like, I remember back in the day when Alex Jones created my reality for me, and I had Big Bug Eyes Moncton on his show talking about how he parachuted into climate fucking things in South Africa or whatever, and I'm like, how's this lord now up there telling me the Illuminati's trying to kill us, kidding on about climate change? It didn't really make sense. And now the same thing about this barrister just popping out the woodwork, speaking to Max Egan about the dangers of 5G. Just after the 5G, just after the Five Eyes have tried to ban all the Western countries in the world for putting China's infrastructure into their countries. Nothing to see here, folks. Just Max Egan keeping you safe. Just your local fucking...
So your first story is about...
neighbourhood friendly junkie. He changed that emblem out of pressure because it had one eye on it, and that meant he was Illuminati.
Hi folks, just a quick message to alert you of a gig in Brisbane. A little bit of a late message, we've got 1 week to go, but next Thursday on the 30th of May I'll be speaking at the Newnham Hotel in Brisbane. This is a gig about 5G action gig, and I'll be speaking there with Ray Broomhall, the barrister who has been taking the action
She's a right, so that guy I just said there, the barrister.
around Australia, and with Natalie Vera and a couple of other people as well. Paul Seals will be there, and myself. It starts at 6 p.m. It's at
Right, now it's just a coincidence that at the same time, Google has banned updates on Huawei. The Five Eyes are trying to encourage every government in the world not to put Huawei 5G infrastructure in their countries. You had AV10. Remember I touched on this last week? AV10, the common thread, 5G, but it was all a coincidence. And now Junkie Max Egan doing the exact same thing over in Australia. But it's all one big coincidence, folks. And it's because 5G is going to kill you more than 4G. Think about it, man. Honestly, think about it. Try and think what's fucking going on here. It certainly isn't 5G's direct energy weapons. Bullshit. It's a... like, I don't know. It's either an argument, it's either economic warfare, just competing corporate interests, competing to be the ones that put all the infrastructure in place, or it's the intelligence services fighting because they're scared the China's getting ears inside Western infrastructure. Now the Brits, strangely enough, are actually welcoming Huawei in at ground level on their 5G network. I'm a little more sceptical. I think Britain's doing this to get all the hardware. Huawei, give us all your shit, Huawei. Oh, Huawei, we want you, Huawei. Huawei, we want you. And then Huawei's going to hand over all their shit like that. Right, okay, Britain, put this stuff in your infrastructure. And Britain's going to go, whoops. Look, I was just walking in here. I took a Viagra I was spiked by a Viagra. I just tripped up. My dick ended up inside her. And because my dick ended up inside her, the Huawei deal has collapsed. And I'm sorry, China, you can't get your equipment back. We're actually back engineering it. And we'll have our own shit in a couple of weeks. That's how crazy my head is. That's what I think's happening here. But no, listen to Crazy Max Egan. He knows what's going on, John.
A Democratic senator warns that the U.S. president plans to bypass Congress to approve a major arms sale to Saudi Arabia. Chris Murphy says that Donald Trump plans...
Right, I'm no expert in TV or production companies or anything, but fuck me, man, it ain't even sex that shit up, man. Wee bit of tit, wee bit of leg, get her away from underneath that desk, and tell her to inject some fucking... tell her to inject at least some form of emotion, that she's still just fucking being dragged there by her owner and told to read off a fucking prompter screen.
To use a loophole and tensions with Iran to sell bombs to Saudi Arabia.
I genuinely have heard robots with more emotion.
The senator says Trump wants to use his emergency powers in a way that would prevent Congress from objecting. Murphy says that there is no new emergency in the region.
Fuck's sake.
The humanitarian crisis in Yemen.
Is she getting a lobotomy done live on air? I can hear her brain getting cut out.
Part of the arms sales to Saudi Arabia over civilian casualties.
Right, hurry up. Get to the meat of the pudding.
Actions that he tends to override.
Your little friendly neighbourhood conspiracy dude, Max Egan. He just got there because he was good at playing banjos. He's on an Iranian state television. Nothing to see here, people. You know, hear the stuff that him and Ken O'Keefe were throwing at each other when they fell out? No, everybody just forgot about that conveniently. Nah, never mind it. I'm sure it didn't mean nothing. No, these people are just legit friendly people, exactly what they pretend to be. Nah. Anyway, I don't know. Press TV ask. In fact, I have been in Press TV. Better move on quickly. And then here's Press TV shoving the 5G shit down your throat as well.
With
Ryan Dawson's ginger Palestinian correspondent.
30th in 3 days, but there's still a lot of controversy surrounding it.
Very much so. Thank you for having me again, and we've got a...
Ming the Merciless.
3 big stories, very interesting and also important. As you said, the first one from The Independent, we've got an article here. 5G could cause chaos for weather forecasts and put lives at risk, meteorologists.
The clue is could. My asshole could do the exact same thing. Possibly, maybe, up to, given the right circumstances and the right apparatus. Fact. Keep your big nose to yourself.
Okay.
Now, previously to my ignorant mind, this would bamboozle me. Why the fuck's our big nose fucking Americans want to be patriotic for Americans defending Europe? It made no sense at all. And then I was introduced to the BMP's connections to the American Patriot Movement, Jim Dawson's connections to the American Patriot Movement, and all that jazz, and you start to see what they really are. Religious, fundamental bigots. They want to defend the white man and fucking our pure Christianity.
Okay.
Look at her fucking nose! If anybody knows, she fucking knows. That's all I know.
Yes, you've heard me say that I would like to write a book on Tommy Robinson's case and call it The Persecution.
If anyone knows, I knows about Tommy Robinson. I think that's what she should call it.
Of Tommy Robinson, an American perspective. And I said, this will just be the beginning, because after I do him, I'd like to do one on, Faith Goldie. I mean, it's really insane what Canada, the lengths they've gone to try to chase her down, and different freedom fighters in different countries. I follow the different freedom fighters and the movements, and I think this will be a great book series. And positively, I said also it can be a fundraiser. I said I'll definitely donate back like 75% of the proceeds when I get the thing done, because we need freedom. We need freedom every place for freedom to be safe. So that is the idea here, and I think it's an exciting idea, exciting project, and obviously
the other 25% goes to her nose job. So I think this is a worthwhile pursuit. Depending on how much the books cost, it could be like toilet paper, and you could contribute to this poor woman having a normal nose again. But who knows? All I knows is she knows. Right. Let's move that up there. That up there. The Irish Tommy Robinson there. And now let's view this. Under the folder. Packy cunt. Said the C word! Said the C word! Right. I'll first try and find the video that isn't here. Using, this is like official MI6 software. It's called Google. There's so many paranoid Android windy lickers all fucking filming, clipping, recording their video footage and phone calls and all that. It's just a plethora of videos out there of them all showing each other up for the crazy folk that they are. Oh dear. Sometimes it goes up on BitChute and all that. I think it was that Buska guy He was like talking about the yellow vests being the National Front and marching with the yellow vests, and them talking about killing the Jews and packy this and packy that. And then, let's listen to this. Right, now this is a woman holding a phone, recording this off a screen. So the audio, you can hear her speak, as well as the audio that came through on the video. And this is the chaos that happened in Oldham. Hopefully I've not fast forwarded too much.
Game over, idiot! Go fuck yourself!
Hope I've not found. I think this is it here.
No cancer. I'll show you how it's done in a minute.
Aye? Oh.
Yes, Stacey. You little fuckers hit me with the shield and a baton straight in my face.
Good, you fucking deserve it. Fucking packy cunt.
Fucking cunt sent me with a baton and shield in the face. Good. Fucking deserved it, packy cunt. And unfortunately, that's the mentality that this shite is fueling on both sides of the fight. Right, it's just... I don't know. What do you say? And Jim Dawson and all the people who are trying to politically capitalise on this, they don't give a fuck about any of these morons trolling the streets, fighting, possibly losing their life at worst, maybe an eye or fucking finger, whatever. Let's be honest, it isn't that hard to get a bunch of fucking 16 to 25-year-old males and a big fucking mob ready to kick fuck out of some cunt. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to rabble rouse. Anyway, I digress. So that's just some of the lovely people. The Irish Tommy Robinson. So he looks more like a cage fighter type.
Dara, I'm great, thanks very much. Dara, you're running.
I'd love to know his background. But again, independent candidate. And what you'll find is all these independent candidates that these independent journalists are going around backing up, they're all independently very nationalistic, decal Nazi bastards. But it's just a wee coincidence. Alright, so before we do the Tommy Robinson clown party, let's do this. Look, I drink a pint in the pub. I'm a British geezer.
We shall fight in the hills. We shall
Churchill and never surrender.
I'm hungover, and there's every real chance I could still be drunk, and I'm fucking annoyed. So, this could go.
Are you another Jeremy Beadle's love child? Is it just me, or does he look like he's out the same test tube for Sargon of Akkad?
Wrong. I was out.
Maybe a slightly thinner test tube, but still the same test tube.
And I was sat in a pub talking to a couple of individuals, and I won't name them. Now, these people decided to give me a hard time because of my political stance, and they perceived me to be racist. They didn't like the fact that the people I've been working with lately, excuse me.
Let's try and decipher this. He was in a local boozer. Couldn't he shut his big trap up, bumping his gums about all his fucking racist, bigoted fucking rhetoric that he just learned off of Tommy Robinson, and some cunts had a problem with it. This is one of the downfalls of the cult. People don't like you.
God fucking hell. Anyway, what really fucks me off is one of them said to me, Si, to be honest, mate, you know, all you go on about is one thing. You're like a Jehovah's Witness. All you talk about is that.
Tommy Robinson. Muslims.
What, rather than listen to your sad fucking miserable life? The fact that you're only 60 years old and achieved fuck all.
Yeah, no. Oh my god, you're 60-year-old fucking bastard. You can sit there and enjoy yourself in a pub. Don't you know we need to save the fucking world, you 60-year-old bastard? This guy cannot see. What did I call this? Right-wing Christian cult. Right? This guy wouldn't even fucking probably never went to a church. He doesn't understand he's been turned into a fucking right-wing raving lunatic by fucking religious extremists. To the extent he's fighting with his fucking locals and his boozer over Tommy Robinson.
With your life, and you're still fucking gutted over the ex-missus that's dumped you because she was 19 and moved on to better things. Is that it? Or is it the fact that you're permanently fucking depressed?
Oh, fuck it, was he 60-year-old and he was shagging a 19-year-old? Mate, if you got fucking his end away once with that 19-year-old, woo! High five you! And he has the sense to call out fucking fat reprobates like you and the boozer. I mean, his mate just wanted to come down and fucking talk about tits and fanny, and there's your fat chops. Muslim this, Muslim that, Tommy Robinson this, mainstream media that. Ooh, it's a conspiracy! Ooh!
Depressed because you've got nothing that you focus your life on. Is that what it is? And
No, because they're not in the cult.
You're one of these life's little victims that if I took your victimhood status away from you, you would just be boring.
Right, he doesn't understand he's painting himself out to be a victim while complaining about people being a victim because they don't want to fucking listen to his shite in a boozer. Yeah, mate, you do sound as confused as you look right here. You're hungover and you might actually spew lies on camera. Your brain spewed a long time ago, mate, and this is just basically how confusing this whole point you're trying to make here is.
You'd have nothing. And I don't care anymore. So that makes me non-feeling and a little bit focused on what I'm doing. Yeah? Fuck off. There are bigger problems than you self-absorbed, fucking miserable, morose cunt. The other person that was having a go at me tried to be a liberal, and yet some of the actions that that person has done in their past are definitely not liberal. Let's put it that way. What I'm trying to say here is that the more you stand for something, the more enemies you will make. I am making enemies all the time. And
well, mate, I'm no surprised. That's the kind of cult-like mentality. You're in a us and them mentality. You can't go into a boozer and chat shit with 60-year-olds who don't want to join your Tommy Robinson cult. Now, what's scary is there'll be people... Look, what's scary is there is actually 4,000 people cheering this cunt shite on.
To that, I say, fuck you. I don't care. Come at me. Here I am. A lot of people think that because of the people I hang around in YouTube circles or whatever, that I'm a racist. Am I? Have you seen my friends base? I'm not racist. I don't give a fuck what colours are on my side. I just don't like the other side. And the other side could be made up of all white people or all black people. It's the way they are and the way they act. That's my fucking problem. I don't give a fuck if you've got one.
Right, okay, you're not racist, you're just a xenophobic bigot. Fair dues. I think we should stick to that language.
One arm, one leg, and you swing around a lamppost for fun. As long as what's in your heart is good, that's all that fucking matters. Now, the other problem is...
I agree, anybody that's not white, let's cut them open and see what's in their heart. That'll solve the problem.
People have said this before. Going back to like the 70s and 80s, if you were in a union and you worked too hard, the rest of the lazy idle cunts in that union would probably give you a hiding for making them look bad. Well, now, because I've decided that I have to do something because the situation out there is awful, the wankers around me are trying to make me look bad because they don't want to do a thing. They don't want to lift a finger, head buried firmly in the sand. And to those people, I call you a cunt. I'm going to...
Mate. We need special pubs for these cunts. This guy's going to tell me what's happening in Glasgow Uni. Oh, enlighten me, mate. Always love to hear. Little pigeon tits sitting in America wearing fucking Hawaii shirts. Right, I don't know what that's. I don't know what that is on your face. Tell me what's happening in Glasgow Uni.
So second. Alright everyone, it's time to talk about YouTube again. It's a second day in a row covering topics related to the platform itself, which is quite funny. By the way, you should...
It's not funny. Well, I don't know. Each to their own. I'm going to say a very small percentage of people think the fact that you're covering YouTube 2 days in a row is funny.
Join me on BitChute as well because of stuff like this going on. Link in the description. Yeah, Glasgow University student...
Glasgow!
Did some digging of a number of videos.
It was Count Spunkulus, pal.
And found that the vast majority of content that's pushed...
It was all the Glasgow Libertarian tards. Rain Men. They're not right-wing. They're classic liberal tards.
To the fore on YouTube. That is the stuff that's like, I believe, specifically up next and trending. Then like 95% of it is what you would class as lamestream content, literally like the legacy media and stuff like that. Like basically TV and on-demand material that simply...
I'm no expert. He's Asperger's. I'm no expert, but I'm stabbing in dark. I think he likes Asperger's.
Happens to be on YouTube. This has been a thing for quite some time. This is why the slowdown on so many independent commentators' channels, unless they have a substantial presence on other sites. Like if I didn't have alt tech sites to my name, if I didn't have a Gab, if I didn't have a Minds account, if I wasn't on BitChute and stuff, I have no doubt that I'd be slowly declining at this point on YouTube. Most of the growth is from people that see me on another platform and pile onto the YouTube channel too because they like sort of following things everywhere. If they're into the video content, you know, they probably find me organically on some other site first. Maybe even my my blog or something. They see the WordPress, they're like, oh, I need to buy a new book. And
I'm thinking that must be his chocolate protein shake. Fuck knows what that cunt's bench pressing now.
they're like, oh, there's a occult video series, and then they go subscribe or something. It's extra funny because my channel can't even be directly accessed in half of Europe, so... yeah, I don't have that problem in China, oddly enough. In their handful of internet free speech cafe zones, they can find me. Somebody from Iran can follow me on YouTube. Venezuelans can. So someone from Eritrea or something, but, you know, somebody in France can't even technically subscribe to my channel unless they're using a VPN or they're connected through another nation. Somebody in Germany or the Czech Republic or Italy as well. And I believe a couple of
Dinosaurs
others at this point. I know Israel blocks my channel. I wonder why. It's not because of my political beliefs. I honestly have no clue because it happened back as early as 2010. But anyway, this basically contradicts one of the major claims. The most important part of this story isn't really being talked about by anyone.
What story? Some crazy loon in Glasgow University says, they're censoring us! Sorry, mate. No story. Oh.
That something was terribly wrong. And you in this Euro. This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Well, Madonna, who I've covered recently, is added again, performing in this Eurovision event for Tel Aviv. If you haven't seen the commercials, Tel Aviv. And who represents and sponsors Tel Aviv? Well, you could see for yourself. Madonna performs a 9-minute Masonic ritual, very similar to the ritual that she performed at the Met Gala in 2018, involving druids, involving all of the things that we see in Freemasonry, of course, Antichrist symbolism,
It's probably not Masonic that Madonna's doing it, but hey ho, don't let that stop you, sweet cheeks, you batter
pyramids, Masonic stuff all over the place.
Woo, Masonic stuff.
Let's start by taking a look at the logo for this.
Nobody blinks. Just every other fucking weak-willed fanny having a meltdown online. Woo! Nobody blinked.
This Eurovision event, right? What else would it be other than the pentagram, other than the star?
Star. What could it be? What could it be?
Trillionth time. How many times do we need to see this symbol?
Well, according to you, some more times, because you can't really fucking... It still gaslights you like a fucking dumbass mofo. And it's pretty much not about that, but anyway.
And dare to dream, right? This is all of the, type of wording and social conditioning that they've been using on people. Dare to...
Yeah, dare to dream, motherfucker. Illuminati.
Dream. Achieve your dreams. Strive for your dreams.
Yeah, don't dream, motherfucker. Die. For your sins. Go and flail yourself.
Be your own you. Be the best you.
Go and die. In the name of some cunt else's sins. You're a fucking horrible motherfucker walking this planet. Repent. Repent. Repent.
You can be. This is all teaching, free Masonic teachings, which are all Luciferian teachings, this selfishness, this pride. This is how they continue to get away with the things that they get away with, because everybody's caught up in their own world, their own lives.
Because everybody realises what a fraud the church is. What bullcrap. Some other motherfucker try to tell you what religion to follow, what gods to worship. I'll fucking worship whatever gods and goddesses and deities and idols I want to and don't want to. Thank you very much.
And are so just obsessed with themselves and showing their dinners on Facebook, and it's me, 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 just like Taylor Swift just said in a recent song, me, 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 right? But
fuck's sake, Christians walk about with fucking me, 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 me on their wee guy on a cross.
There you have the Eurovision sponsored by Tel Aviv, or on Tel Aviv, with the
It's not sponsored by Tel Aviv, you retard. It's in Tel Aviv because Israel won it last year. Probably an Illuminati deep state fix. Who knows? But that's just the way it goes in the Eurovision. But don't let that get in the way of a good conspiracy.
Pentagram as the logo. Is anyone upset? I mean, is the Dallas Cowboys...
Is anybody upset that they used a star as the logo?
Are they upset? Is Texaco upset? Is Starbucks upset? Dallas Stars? These are names off the top of my head. I mean, almost every company incorporates the star, which is the pentagram, as its logo. There's nothing original about it. What, they highlight the pyramid so you could actually...
So, like, what's your argument here? Somebody should copyright the pentagram? Here, that's a good idea, actually. Make it onto that.
You see it's 3 pyramids now? That's what they do with this one. Look, they make it into 3 pyramids. It's a complete joke. Complete joke. The symbols are all the same. Nothing ever changes with these people, but nobody wants to see it. So here's this witch, this wench, Madonna, and what she does here is pretty much an end times theme. And I'm going to show you something at the end that I believe, which my interpretation of what I saw involving Bagelville, which most of you know what I mean, but if you don't, you'll see for yourself at the end, and how they start showing this end of the world apocalyptic theme, and then there's only one person left standing. So let me show you that at the end here, but let's get...
I watched this live, I fucking long forgot. But if that theme is actually in this, then Madonna is into Kabbalism, and it isn't that hard to go and research the Kabbalah and what fucking people that are into the Kabbalah are into and all that jazz, and then you'll figure out the story that she's telling here without having to fucking burst into flames and go crying to your preacher.
Through it from the beginning, you can see all these druids, right, dressed up,
men
right?
in cloaks.
I mean, unbelievable, right? You already know it's
oh my god,
huge Masonic arch.
An arch
stairway.
Masonic stairway.
Madonna is always at the top.
Why would a woman be in a Freemasonic ritual?
Notice in her
oxymoron
performances, she always starts off at the top of these stairwells and these staircases and makes her way down and back up the staircase. We saw it with the Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera thing, right?
Oh, that was sexy.
That's because she is a high-ranking witch. She is at the top of the pecking order with these witches in Hollywood, and they worship the ground she walks on. That's why she gets rolled out at 60 years old, still performing like anyone cares. No one cares, but around those circles they care. Now we all know that Madonna is a Kabbalah witch. She openly embraces it. She wears her red.
Oh my god, she openly embraces Kabbalah. Oh, that means that she must be in some mad secret. Hold on, but she does it openly. But she's still in it secretly.
Bracelet. She talks about it. The Kabbalah is all about mysticism. Bagel mysticism, let's call it. Which is...
Right, now, let's get to the crux of the matter. The reason Christians get their knickers in their twist about Kabbalah. Now, you'll find elements of the Kabbalism turning up in Freemasonry. But you'll find elements of every mysticism in the world turning up in Freemasonry, not just the Kabbalah, right? Sorry to get pedantic on this thing and not to get gaslit and actually try to figure out what's really going on here. Again, when you say the Kabbalah as well, it's an old captioning. There's modern Kabbalah. There's the ancient Kabbalah. There's the ancient Hebrew Kabbalah. I'm probably fucking this up, and people that know more than me are pointing and laughing, but this is a layman's terms. There's an ancient, I think it would be the ancient Jewish or the ancient Hebrew Kabbalah mysticism. That's the one, to the best of my knowledge, that turns up in Freemasonry, and you get a lot of modern interpretations of that. But Freemasonry isn't exclusively Kabbalah mysticism. It's mysticism for fucking everywhere that mysticism comes from. So, for example, if you were a learned man, a scholarly man, and you were into mysticism and want to document it and learn about it, and you weren't walking about with blinkers on saying, this one's good, that one's bad, this one's good, that one's bad, you would study them all. You would learn as much as you could about all of them. And you would learn about all of it. Not saying it's true. You would just learn about it. All their stories, all their tales, all their mysticism, all their rites, all their rituals, all their books. And you'd learn them. And to the best of my ability to explain what I believe Freemasonry to be, that's it. Because people get their fucking knickers in a twist about all forms of shit and all that, and it's usually because they've got blinkers on and not an open enough mind to walk into it and try and find out what it really is. And I know there'll be people out there, no, I watched the YouTube video saying the Masons kill babies, and I know it's true because I watched another one and it confirmed it, and you've just been turned by the Illuminati, Freemason, fucking deep state, blah, 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 blah. And I would say, Baron, think what you want. I know where I've came to my conclusions, and I would say keep searching for the reality, because people came to a crazy reality about Remember as well, man, Freemasonry's got a lot of enemies out there. It's fucked a lot of fucking very fucking important institutions up the arse, good and proper, for centuries. It's got a lot of enemies. But everything with a pinch of salt. But anyway, I digress. So that's how like, I don't know. This call for an uprising is a fucking clown. Let's be quite frank. I don't even believe he's a windy licker that's fell for all this shit. He's cognate of just fucking typical Yank money making bullshit fucking merchant. Anyway,
it's about magic and black magic. They get away with this stuff because everybody believes that this specific group of people follow the Old Testament, the Torah, when in reality they're following books such as the Talmud and the Kabbalah, which flat out teach magic and mysticism.
It just doesn't teach fucking Jesus fucking Christ shit. So to a Christian, it is the devil's work. Why are people perplexed with this shite? To somebody who doesn't believe in the Bible or the Talmud or the fucking Kabbalah, it's just books with information in it. People can't get to that level of understanding. It's really hard for people to bust through all these preconceptions that you have to be one side or the other. Can't they just see it all as just books?
And they do this in plain sight and nobody cares because you're not allowed to question or say anything. So
they do it in plain sight. What do you mean by that? Like, everything they're talking about are written down in fucking books. It's just like fear-mongering fucking Christian retards like you that can't quite swallow it, that people are allowed to believe that Jesus Christ isn't my Lord and Saviour. Anyway.
You see the archway up at the top, which, and like I said, the staircase, which you see in Freemasonry. Then you see these people carrying the pillars. Remember, the pillars
I can also see a love heart up the top there as well. But that's just because my heart is full of love.
Are important in Freemasonry. This is all part of the esoteric crap that they follow and they believe in. And Freemasons...
Well, why are you so worried about it if it's a load of crap? It's just stories older than the Bible.
Deny it. The esoteric, the black and...
Nobody's denying it. The fuck? What do you mean denying it? They're fucking bouncing about, fucking going like that with their gang signs in every fucking stage they can, you prick. It's just daft bastards like you that get gaslit with it. Because you don't understand it. I would advise him... Hold on, let me see. See if I can find a wee snippet or something.
The white, which you'll see with the colors, right? Madonna's in the black. You're going to see the druids unmasked wearing gas masks as the Armageddon theme comes, which I'll show you. Madonna reveals herself. And of course, what's Madonna wearing? Well, Madonna's wearing a patch over her eye. Remember, this is just another way for them to get away with the all-seeing eye symbolism without holding up,
Hold on. Right, just to prove to you it's a Illuminati. Right. Right, this is just fucking knowledge that's just been passed down. I love this. I honestly can sit and watch this endlessly. I'm not even joking. It's where this is my level of learning. Let's see if we can get to this wee bit. Right, this.
Used to meet in secret to discuss. Known as the Pythagoras was when he shared his findings with his pals, a fraternity of eggheads, known as the Pythagoreans. Shh. They used to meet in secret to discuss their mathematical discoveries.
Oh, don't go and talk about math.
Only members were allowed to attend. They had a secret emblem, the pentagram.
Oh God, I always knew Pythagoras was Satan himself. Always fucking knew it. Right, so bouncing about and not understanding the origins and the meaning, like for example, of a star. It's just retarded and calling it fucking satanic and all that. It's literally going back to attitudes for thousands of years ago. I mean, it's like, in all essence, it's the sign of a retarded brain.
The pentagram.
Now, the reason... Oh, I don't think they show you.
Let's see what the topic is for today.
Oh, I love this, man. Let's see if I can show you the bit where it shows you the golden ratio. The golden ratio encoded in the pentagram. Shows you in this at one point. I don't want to bore these too much. Yep, thanks to these Satanists back in the day. Thank fuck they weren't burnt at the stake, before they could fucking invent music and math and everything that fucking invented this world we see around us. Thank fuck, that Looney Tunes like this fucking clown didn't get a hold of fucking people that wanted to fucking think outside the fucking box back in the day and get like clowns like this to burn them at the fucking stake and all that. Man, it was clowns like him that was fucking herding up fucking women and burning them for being witches and shit. It's retards like this that fucking... It's retards like this that makes the fucking... That makes it sensible to have fucking things under the table so clowns can't fucking rock up and burn you at the stake just because you don't believe in fucking magic men in the fucking sky! Fuck's sake! Anyway, let me see if I can find a bit about it. Oh, I just... Oh, here we go. This is it here.
Mathemagic.
It's a magical symbol. But don't think of the maths that's encoded in it for the Pythagoreans and fucking Babylon and the Babylonians and the Egyptians. Pythagoreans got a lot of their rituals from the ancient Egyptians, but they got a lot of their mathematical knowledge from the Babylonians. And that's what they were into. The Pythagoreans loved Dionysus, the goddess of wine, and getting fucking off your tits and fucking sex, drugs and rock and roll. Just a general good fucking time, know what I mean? Anyway.
The two shorter lines combined exactly equal the third. And this line shows the magic proportions of the famous golden section.
Golden ratio.
The second and third lines exactly equal the fourth. Once again, we have the golden section.
Thank you, Walt Disney, for dumbing that shit down so a fucking pea-witted brain mind like mine can understand that shit. And I no longer get gaslit with arseholes like this cunt who doesn't understand what the fucking pentagram means. Oh, it's the devil's work! Oh! Fuck off back to the fucking dark ages, you prick. You know, if I wasn't so open-minded, I would say let's round these bastards up and fucking burn them at the stake. But I'm no that's
666 with her hand over their eye while they're filming. But people out there are just going to think that she's paying homage to Pirates of the Caribbean, and she's a huge Johnny Depp fan.
Just likes
or
pirates.
people are going to go, oh, did she get? What did Madonna get poked in the eye?
People are going to go, oh, there's Madonna putting a musical performance on. People that are into occultism and esoteric knowledge will probably maybe see the story that she's... You're right, a ritual is nothing more than the playing out of a story. And the playing out of a story works on different levels, you know? And that's exactly what Madonna's doing on stage there. But this clown doesn't fucking get away from his Bible for 2 seconds to actually try and figure out what the fucking story is, because he's the fucking Satan. No! Anyway, fuck's sake. Donald Duck, Mathematical Land, highly recommend it.
Okay, it was published on May 5th, 2019.
Oh, it's the end of the
This
world.
guy is visited by Jacinda Ardern's jackboot New Zealand police thugs regarding
Yeah, they're jackboot police. Look at these
the
thugs.
incident at Christchurch.
What are they
Just want
trying
to make
to do?
sure we get. Just wonder what you guys can come on. I invite you on. Okay.
Right, bear in mind what happened here. This is in... Now, listen to this guy's fucking Looney Tune rhetoric. I'm inviting yous on. This is my property. I'm inviting yous on. Yous are not trespassing. Right, the guy's clearly been tuned to the moon with conspiratardom. Right, this isn't just something that happens here in the UK or America. It happens all in the English-speaking world. Thanks to Max Egan. Fucking... Who's the New Zealand prick? Surfer dude, I forget his name right now. This has been spread everywhere, folks, and this is what you get. Idiots acting like this, and then filming it putting it up as sort of a proof that fucking the police are fucking out of control and stuff. Now, get this into context. This is not long after Christchurch shooting. This Looney Tune's obviously been online saying all sorts of retarded shit. The cops are in a climate of understanding that a Looney Tune saying all sorts of retarded shit online has just went and shot up a motherfucking mosque. They're scared it might happen again. They're running around fucking trying to police something they have no idea how to fucking police. And this Looney Tune is trying to make it into some sort of a fucking get your tampons fucking out drama.
So what's going on? What's? I'm Nick. Yeah, I'm Nick Bosch. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason we're here, it's basically down to the recent events in Christchurch with the shooting there, right?
Yeah.
Based on that, sort of a number of people have been identified who we've been tasked to go and speak to. So you're one of those people. That's
Really?
why we're here. Yeah.
So what specifically?
So that's
was
what I want to talk to you about. But I'm not really comfortable discussing this with you while I'm being filmed.
A number of people have been identified in regard to...
Right, so, like, obviously this guy's been online saying fucking retarded shit. Who cares what the retarded shit he said? Right? I mean, can nobody get that into context? Maybe it's just me. Maybe Deep State Illuminati. But let's go back onto the extreme Christian cult.
You know, for me, Ulster has always been a special place.
Tommy, there's just another thing too, you know, there's a lot of people in the Christian churches praying for you. Are you aware of that?
I am.
I'm a Christian myself. I'm a Christian nationalist. I've just thought, have you ever thought of becoming a born-again Christian and
Christian nationalist,
giving your life to Jesus, which will help you further, I believe, in your campaigns?
I haven't, mate.
Seriously,
spiritually.
Seriously, because you've got to remember, Tommy, this government hates Christians. It wants to sort of do away with Christianity. That's why it promotes secularism, and it also doesn't like people who are working class, who are emancipated. You know, going amongst the working class people. We need working class people who speak out. Do you understand me, Tommy?
I do. I'm just not incredibly religious myself.
But you do believe in God?
Don't know, mate. Don't know.
Okay, thanks, Tom.
I don't believe in Muhammad, though.
Doesn't believe in God, but he doesn't believe in Muhammad.
So, first things first. Had a little break for the past week. Obviously, it was very, very eventful last weekend in Oldham and in Liverpool. So I thought we'd have a few days off after all that happened. But firstly, what I want to talk about tonight is there's a lot of things we want to talk about.
Is he borderline window licker, or is he just a dumb fuck? Oh man, leather jacket and the fucking Hawaiian shirt doesn't get much better.
Documentary Gestapo'd the other day. She uploaded it to YouTube, and within 24 hours it was disappeared. Like it became unavailable. Now I'm not sure if she got a strike for it or if it simply became unavailable as some sort of.
I think there was an uploading problem. She uploaded it again and then it was viewable, but then it didn't stop everybody turning into some mad conspiracy. I couldn't really care. But it's always funny to see the little choir of little groupies that bounce up supporting these people when YouTube didn't let me fucking string a nigger up for a tree live on YouTube. But it was just my freedom of speech. Northern Southern documentary maker. I mean, come on, fuck.
Right, I'm here for a couple of reasons. Mainly, I'm here to represent some people who didn't have the chance to come down here today, so I've got a couple of questions that they wanted to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
First thing is, naturally,
little bit closer.
Oh, sorry. God, I'm a media student. I should know these things. A lot of people, naturally, they're constantly going on about your tweet, your joke,
Yes.
essentially. I actually want to have a word with you about this, specifically when it comes to humour and the censorship of people with what could best be described as darker humour. And
that's racist.
Is it? The thing is, I've had a lot of people have a go at me, say I'm a white supremacist, I'm a racist, I'm an alt-righter, simply because of the jokes I make. And then I come out and say, hi, I'm an Irish immigrant who raised by a single mother who recently dated a transgender man. And they just, like, they blue screen. They have no idea.
No, I didn't send you to Jeremy Kyle.
Idea what they're talking about. They're just like, wait, but you're meant to be one of us. It's like, but I'm not.
No.
That's the point.
Well, that's the problem with identity politics,
Yes,
isn't it?
I
They
have
claim you.
Yeah, I have the audacity to want to have a conversation with people.
Yeah.
Just the gall of me.
You absolute rebel.
And one of the main things.
Now, I'm all for all forms of humour, right? But what I'm not for is propagandising people using any form of deceptive media. I mean, I'm for strippers, right? I'm for hookers and blow. But I don't want my hookers, my strippers and my blow. I don't want my blow coming with UKIP straws, and every time you go for a line, you need to fucking look at the UKIP banner. I don't want my hookers with fucking UKIP fucking tassels around their tits and a pair of UKIP edible knickers that you need to fucking eat off before you get anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my comedy with a little bit of, right, okay, go over there and vote right-wing politics. And that's the trick that these people are using. And they're hiding, indoctrinating young people into the extreme right of politics behind humour. Right? And it's a clever tactic because humour is subjective. So you can hide anything behind humour because you can just go, it's just a joke. But yet that's when you need to rely on people with slightly high in function or different ways are capable of seeing the wood for the trees, let's say, and understanding that's what's happening here. And it's not the jokes they're making, it's the manner in which they're using humour to push their political ideology. And I hope I explained that well there, because that's the trick these motherfuckers are using. Oh, this is quite funny. And again, McVie the Third. This channel, valuable resource. I shall share the link with the folks on the chat. Locked up, don't let me. Don't know if. I shared the link. He's sending out mass market and begging letters for his legal team to try and keep him out of jail, just like Tommy Robinson.
For the EU elections, which ultimately I didn't make, and wasted all the time I'd spent preparing it, not for the first time, because the whole thing looked so depressing I thought it might actually...
Is that Jink? This is Matthew's dad. I think this might be Matthew's dad. I think we might have found Matthew's father. Matthew, I am your father. Anyway, let's wrap it up with the Tommy Robinson. What did I say? The Tommy Robinson's Clown Party political broadcasts.
Labour Party, 380,193. 541,125. UK Independence Party, 62,400.
Now, everybody's talking about Tommy Robinson's numbers. Do 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 do.
30 38,908.
Right. Where's the conspiracy videos about the fact it's Casper the Ghost in a fucking wig reading those numbers out? That's what I want to know. The real conspiracies. The real important conspiracies.
Well, I'm here with the man of the hour himself, Tommy Robinson. Tommy, not
Rupert
the result
the bear suit
that
again?
you were hoping for, that I thought you would get. I think it comes down to you have been unpersoned.
It's complete. I said censorship 1, democracy 0. How can you fight? There's reasons why the election campaign, there's all these rules and laws to make it equal. You can only spend the same as each other, all these rules and regulations. But in this campaign, my opposition could use social media. They could do paid advertisement, which I couldn't. I had organisations doing paid advertisement against me, slandering, lying about me, demonising me, and I couldn't even counter it.
Now, the guy does realise that you still have a YouTube channel, Tommy. You can still put as much shite up on your YouTube channel as you wanted.
It's still 40,000 votes is quite a lot. It's a record for an independent candidate for the European Union elections. And it was just in the one geographic region of Northwest England. But it wasn't quite enough to punch through. I have a theory that I heard someone on your campaign team say, is that because Nigel Farage was running with a very strong Brexit message, and because the UKIP was still on the ballot, and Gerard Batten has been strong on some of the other issues like the Islamification, that maybe some of the Tommy vote dissipated to both of those parties.
I'd say multiple things like that. Multiple things like many people wouldn't even have known I was running. Many people wouldn't have voted. Many people aren't registered to vote. By the time we found out and got our leaflets printed, by the time we went out, people only had 2 days to vote. By the time we started campaigning, and then to campaign, we couldn't reach people. We had no social media. When we tried to use Royal Mail to do leaflets, they prevented and they blocked them and they didn't hand them out. So,
right, so Postman Pat's fault, social media's fault, Nigel Farage's fault, other Brexit parties' fault. Anybody else's fault, Tommy?
We've been up against everything. So all in all,
everything, just everybody's fault.
Look, we fought.
What about your Rupert the Bear suit's fault? Is it your Rupert the Bear's cheap suit's fault?
We lost. If we lost a fair fight, I'd stand there and swallow it. But it wasn't a fair fight.
Swallow it? You'd swallow the fight? Swallow the result? What was this sword swallowing competition now? But is it?
And this should be a message to democracies across the world. Once social media giants and big tech are working with your government, it was the government who asked big tech to remove me. And then when I fight in a campaign against them, I'd have the ability to reach people.
We had a 3-hour live stream tonight, and I thought it was very interesting. We took a lot of comments from around the world, thousands of comments. A lot of people from the United States follow you, and I think they're interested in you because you're an interesting person, and because they care about the United Kingdom as an ally. But I think you're the canary in the coal mine. I've referred to the UK as a dystopian time machine where we can see our unhappy future if we don't stop the path we're on. What lessons, what warning would you have for people in America?
That they haven't just deplatformed me. They've removed me from Facebook. I had the biggest, most interactive Facebook page in the country, 1.2.
Not true. Theresa May and Corbyn had bigger ones than you, but anyway.
If he doesn't, we know it's all been fixed.
If he doesn't win, it's been rigged. Yeah. Most definitely.
I went over there to go ask the red flag protesters what's going on. While my back was turned, somebody threw a McDonald's milkshake right in the side of the face.
I'm just laughing at the way that guy looks.
Mr. Conrad.
How gay is this? What the fuck? Tommy, you're looking almost like fucking Carol Ann's you're in Carol Ann's boudoir.
I'm absolutely dead to the world, but my chest has been ruined. But I don't accept the result of the election. I want a second vote, a people's vote. I wanted to delay this entire process by years. And after years, I'll delay it again. That's what I think should happen. I think people have been lied to the entire way through this campaign. I want to do it again. Sound familiar?
Basically, he's discovered a nice wee gravy train bouncing up and down the country.
Evening. Look, I've had some time to review the situation. It's half term. My kids are off school. I've spent a month away. I'm going to spend until they go back to school with them. I'm going to turn my phone off, have a little break. But what have I... That campaign, honestly, was amazing. Yeah, I loved every minute of it. So when people are talking about politics again, I've kept saying our movement needs to be politicised. It still does. It will. We will. I'm still absolutely 100% on it. I looked at the votes per candidate, and out of votes per candidate, as an individual candidate, I'd have come third across the whole country.
So he didn't lose, he came third.
It shows us how much more we've got to do, how much work there is to do. But I love a challenge. And I loved every minute of being out in those estates, meeting those people. It's what I want to do. It's completely what I want to do. I want to politicise and I want to prove. And we have to prove ourselves time and time again. And we'll come back and prove ourselves. This election was about the biggest point in our country's history for decades. Brexit. Simply.
Don't know if that's real or not. That picture there.
I believe that there will be a temple built. The Dome of the Rock will somehow be done away with. I have no idea. There's been plenty of earthquakes up there that could solve it. Saddam could, or not Saddam, but maybe someone from Iran could shoot a missile that gets off target and blow the Dome of the Rock. We kept hoping for that.
Could still happen.
I kept hoping one of Saddam's missiles would find its way over to the dome.
I don't know exactly how it's going to be removed, but it is not part of the end times as far as the Bible or Christianity is concerned. I don't think Judaism either. There's no place for that mosque. It has to be removed. There's no place for that mosque. It has to be removed.
What could possibly go wrong?
Have an opportunity to send them a message.
But it wasn't your last chance. Tommy Rabison has got a taste of the gravy train of politics, and he wants more, baby.
Come on.
Look at that. Look at the windy licking loving public. He wants more of that, baby. He didn't win, Tommy.
I had to go home. Right. I had to go home when my kids wasn't well. I left.
Living the wee rock star lifestyle, why would they want that fucking shit to stop? Bouncing, oh, fucking yeah, woo, have a wee drink on that, a wee smoking this, a wee bag of this, some pork scratchings that, wee barbecue here, wee sniffing that, woo, come round here, meet the family, woo, who wouldn't want to be touching that? Cunts are ball deep. They're not giving this shit up for fucking till they're dead. Anyway, fun to watch.
We need you. England needs you. Get out and vote. Your polling stations will be in community centres.
Need to learn how to use a crayon first. This guy's funny.
Another little kitchen cabinet rant.
He's not allowed anywhere else in the house.
Day after the big election, which was really a second referendum on.
Mate, you could be down with seeing that hairdresser that Matthew had. His hair was fucking terrible, man. His new hairdresser got that shit down, and you, mate, your hairdresser still seems to be working with a fucking compass and set square. Set square, no a compass.
And I've been looking at a lot of comment on social media about how badly UKIP did, about the fact that Tommy didn't get elected, and a lot of people, I think, were expecting us to get 30-40 seats in the European Parliament. Of course, that was never going to happen. When Tommy stood for election.
Alright, so Everybody that told you Tommy Robinson was going to win, now that he hasn't won, this is all predictable and all part of the plan and just the general growing of the movement, right? I get it. Right, this is all we need now, a wee ginger Irish guy to wrap it all up for us.
As the people continue to reject the EU. Marine Le Pen emerged on top in France, beating President Emmanuel Macron. Le Pen celebrated the result, saying it confirms the new nationalist globalist division in France and beyond. In Italy, there was another huge win for Matteo Salvini. This is an article from the Associated Press. European victory gives Salvini more leverage in Italy. The League Party of Italy's hardline Interior Minister Matteo Salvini was one of the biggest winners in the European elections, with skyrocketing support that bolsters his role as the flag bearer of the nationalist and far-right forces in Europe and could also shake up politics at home. With 1/3 of the Italian vote, the League is poised to become one of the biggest parties in the European Parliament with 28 seats, according to provisional results. Moving on to Britain, Theresa May announced that she's stepping down as Prime Minister. Finally.
I do so with no ill will, but with enormous and enduring gratitude to have had the opportunity to serve the country I love.
Now, obviously, she was extremely upset here. I acknowledge that. I do genuinely have sympathy for her. It's sad and unfortunate how things ended. This entire ordeal was extremely stressful, no doubt. However, Theresa, Brexit should not have been derailed the way it was. The only thing you really served in the end was the EU, not the UK. At every opportunity, you capitulated to the demands of the EU. You developed...
What's it got to do with you Irish totty-picking nationalist? It really confuses me, these people's priorities. But anywho, that was this week's Not the InfoWars Nightly News, the original alternative look at the alternative media. Skeptical with the spectacles about the so-called skeptics and watching the motherfucking Watchmen, because somebody's got to do it. Make sure you thumbs it up, you share it with your friends and your family and your foes, help the channel and the show grow. I rely on you guys and girls at home to do that. And what I do here is digital basking. It's all available and accessible free of charge. I'm going to do such a good job. You will find value in what I do and use your spare change, not your life savings, on the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. And a mega thanks to those who do. It means that there are some out there that get value from the bullcrap I do. Say hi to the folks in the today chat, and then I am getting out of here to chill the fuck out. Hi, brain fart and a half. Anywho, say hi to the folks in the chat. Jamesy boy, how you doing, my man? Miss Spice, the Lazy Jesus, Natasha in the evening, guys and girls. Thanks for joining. Gimbal, Creepy Crawl, Marcian Rebel in the evening. Moonfest, how you doing? Gimbal, the Lazy Jesus, Creepy Crawl, Violin Accord, Moons, Gimbal, Hugh McMillan, the Blazing Stars, how you doing, my man? Stoneman, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're keeping well. Creepy Crawl, Violin Accord, Jamesy Boy, Natasha, Stoneman, the Dot, the artist formerly known as Tony. How you all doing, guys and girls? HK, how you doing, buddy? Thanks to everybody that phoned in last night as well. Same will go next week, so feel free to phone in for a wee bit of shits and giggles. Andy, Benji, in the evening. HK, Moonsflower, Devlin, Alan McVicker, how you doing, big man? Jimmy Brown, Big Supreme, and James Dolan in the evening, one and all. Hopefully I managed to say hi to yous all. If I didn't, Illuminati confirmed. So tune in next Monday for Roast the Week. Hold on. I think it's going to be called Call Kips and Roast the Week. Maybe. Call Kip and Roast the Week. Maybe something like that. Next Monday. But the live phone-in format will be rocking. And next Tuesday for Not the InfoWars Nightly News. As always, thank you, the Lazy Jesus, for all participating as always, buddy, and everybody that does. There's Miss Spice in the room as well in the evening. Miss Spice, thanks for joining. So I'm good to go. Thanks for joining, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight's show. In the evening, one and all, catchies.
Tonight at 11.
Doom! It's a plan! And I'm angry! I'm not a slave! I've broken the conditioning! It doesn't work on me! I'm primitive, I'm real, I know the enemy, and if we can have this spirit of normal humanity spread, it's over for the globalist! Break the conditioning now! Excuse me.
This is not the InfoWars Nightly News, where the answer to 1984 is not $19.95 plus shipping and handling, but the answer is to try and understand the double-barrel bullcrap, the double-speak, and the Orwellian wonderland we now find ourselves in. So sit back and relax as I take you through a real alternative look at the news and so-called alternative media alike. Enjoy.
Keeps clear.